What? Hole?
The fractured butthole. Andrew's on vacation right now, and so his butthole is on vacation, luckily.
His butthole's safe.
His vacation is on butthole. Wait a minute. Yeah, guys, I'm really excited about tonight's episode. As you can imagine, from early campaign on, I was eventually they're gonna go to this temple. So I've had it in my mind for so long. So you guys better go. I'll be very sad if you don't.
Guys, I'm kind of feeling like Rolo. Do you want to do your backstory? Do you want to go up to the mountains? See your dad?
Yeah. Can we go to North Sword?
Cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to.
On the way, I want to teach you guys Gwent.
You did find out last time that the giants and the Tritons have a kind of a special bond, so that's fair.
That is kind of like in video games where they're like, if you have to do anything before you go in, now's the time. You're like, all right, I'm going to go to the other side of the world then.
Yeah.
I found a potion. Who wants to do I was going to throw in a little teaser, but I'll do the teaser after the recap. Who would like to do the recap?
I feel like it's only fair I do the recap.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Last time on Broken Fate, we returned after just a few seconds of in-game time, but several months in real time, finding the B team deep underwater, over their heads, in another plane of existence, perhaps, talking to a bard of Persona 3 Extended Edition.
It's called Reload, thank you very much.
Yeah, right. As soon as I get 150 free hours, I'll jump right on that game. No, but we
you need a lot of time. That's fair. That's a fair
Persona
dig.
fans and One Piece fans. They're like, if you have no life, you got to check out this series.
I won't even argue.
But yes, we woke up in a strange place where we met Persona, who is the matriarch progenitor of the Triton race. She offered Azov a deal that if he would go back and proclaim her name to try and get sway back in the Triton Empire, that she would take care of his deal with the Fathomless, that his soul would be forfeit upon his death. And Azov took a long time thinking about whether or not he wanted to do this, and then he immediately said, yeah, sure, why not? She bestowed boons onto everyone. They can breathe underwater, and I think mostly that. And then we went. Then we went back to the sub. We were like, okay, bye. We went back to the sub, and then we went to the capital of the Triton Empire, Tritus itself, where Azov had to come to terms with returning to his homeland for the first time in 8 years. I forget how long I wrote it. But they had to decide what to do, how they were going to go about their mission. They opted to go to the military stronghold, which is pretty much everywhere, but in particular where the base of operations was, where they went and spoke to the General.
Don't worry, I got it written down too. Hold on.
Yathalin, Sifter of Sands.
Yeah, thank you.
Yathalin.
Thank you, official scribe.
Basically, Azov is like, "Hi, you don't know me, but I have the key to solving everything in our entire people." And she's kind of like, "Can I see that, sir? This is a Wendy's." He's like, he was like, "Nah, but real, check it out." And then some people walked by, and Azov was like, "Those guys are cool. I bet they definitely won't try and kill me later." And then we went outside, and then turns out those guys definitely want to kill Azov right now, because it is a survivor of Azov's troop from his days in the Great Barrier War, a second-in-command Bakal, who was the last member of his troop before supposedly perishing to the slime and ooze horde of the Great Battlefront. He survived, and seemed that his time he was spared, but also grew strength from the slimes that he was spared for some reason. We do not know why. But he has been since grown much stronger, both literally and both like, you know, kind of like a venom bane thing going on where it's like pulsing through his body. Also, he's fucking pissed that Azov is back. He calls him the Shallow Sea, and he's like, I'm about to blow up your entire life. And Azov's like, yeah, that's fair. And he's got these cool other guys with him too. One's a whale guy. I think his name is Whalemer or Whale Lord. Maybe Lapras. And then there was...
You've got... Yes, it is correct. It is Rorzo, Shaker of Stones, and Vumis, Rider of the Rift.
Sid, what's the name of the whale guy from My Hero Academia? He's like a...
like Gang Orca or some shit that.
Gang Orca? That rules.
Yeah, he looks like a mafia member.
He's like
he is, in fact, an orca.
Oh yeah, here he is, Gang Orca. That's a good name.
He's like the Godfather was a killer whale. It's kind of sick.
That's awesome.
People are very
back
normal
into MHA. I read the first arc and then fell off. I gotta pick it back up.
Honestly, it doesn't get much better after that.
It takes a long time for it to get better after that. I will say that very specifically.
But so we went to the king of the emperor of Tritus and basically pled our case at Delicioso, Dallas Buyers Club, and said that like, hey, we have the thing here. You can totally trust me. I'm definitely telling the truth. That this will solve all of our problems. Please give me that legendary artifact to make it happen. And then people pled on Azov's case, including the general, and Rolo gave a stirring speech about why Azov is kind of a dick and a mean and kind of sassy baby girl. But then sometimes he comes through. And you should bank on that sometimes. Coming through. And then Bakal was like, let me tell you about the story of this asshole who left me to die and deserted the war, and you should kill him right now and be done with this. And then the king was like, is this true? And then Azov, in a conflict of character, decided to kind of come clean and be like, yeah, I did this. I came back fully knowing that this might be my fate. But do you want this or not? Basically. And the king was like, all right, well, you do this thing, and if it works and you live, then you get the fuck out. And it's like, yeah, that's fair. And then we went to go do that thing.
Yeah. You did. Before, as part of the recap, something I'd also like to do, I wanted to do this more before we took our campaign break, but I think this is a good thing. I just want to check in and know how the party's doing. It's not like an RP kind of thing, but just like how is the party, like what's everyone thinking right now? What's the vibe? How is everyone feeling as individuals, not as a party? Like what's going through the characters' heads right now? These don't have to be elaborate things, but you know, just to get us in the mood, you know?
I've been taken on a suicide mission. I am weighing whether I am regretting that or not. But you know what? I committed, so here I am.
8-9 is mostly like, I'm realizing my gun doesn't work very well underwater.
I was waiting for him to think about that.
I guess I'll use my crossbow.
Like, it's in the middle of the speeches, and 8-9 stays like, oh shit, my gun!
Henry was really concerned if something were to happen to the magical cloak that is granting her swimming and breathing abilities. But Miss Goddess at the Sea kind of helped that a little bit, so she is less concerned. Yeah. Still concerned, but not nearly as much.
Fair to say everyone but Azov feels out of their depth.
No, go home.
Bye bye everyone.
A fish out of water.
Yeah. And how is Azov feeling?
Or like a pig in water.
Ooh. Azov is definitely feeling a lot of feelings right now. He's trying to keep it cool. He had that long, big hype up moment trying before leaving. That was like, yeah, I'm gonna charm my way through this, no problem. And then the second he saw Bakal, he was like, how do I navigate this? How do I, save my skin without betraying Bakal again, effectively? And there was that moment when they were swimming over where it's like, all right, well, we could like turn you invisible and we could run away. And as I was like, am I just going to keep running? Am I just going to keep running forever? And that was kind of the moment he decided that if it happens, it happens. He wasn't going to run anymore.
Right. Awesome. One last thing I'll say before we get into it. There is a point of inspiration up for grabs tonight. I'm not going to say how it can be obtained because it's associated with a secret phrase. Doesn't have to be said verbatim, but I'll know it when I hear it-ish. And somebody will get a point of inspiration should that happen. And I have to be vague about it. It'll make sense if and when it's handed out. But just something to be aware of. There's an inspiration point up for grabs tonight. And now, yes, you've been given this mandate, and it is up to you guys to figure out how you want to go about preparing yourselves for the temple, which is pretty close to the city. I have not marked it on the map, but I would say it's like maybe 10 miles, which means you can get there pretty quickly in your sub.
I did not throw this out in the group chat, but thinking of things that we could get before we go to try and liberate this temple, there is a lot of druids that live and work. You would see like lots of animals, creatures, working as a part of the empire. They do not they believe if you are here, you are working. And as a part of that, they have a lot of awakenings rituals that take place here. So, it's very like Finding Nemo, Atlantica, where the large creatures are at least awake in doing things. And we have an orb of awakening. So, Azov was going to pitch going to one of those, I don't know what it would be called, like a beast awakening areas, a druidic circle, to see if we can get our orb of awakening recharged.
All right.
They have basically every other weapon you could use here. 8-9, I don't know if... Not really gun folk down... Not a lot of gunpowder down here, to be honest.
What about harpoons, though?
Oh, we got a lot of harpoons. Big fans of harpoons down here.
Oh, so then this will work. And he just like shoots off his crossbow and just goes through the water.
Yeah, that's how that works. Let's go to one of those druidic circles before we go.
Cool.
Right.
Given Azov's history, is there... You think there's a particular spot he would want to go to, or are we just going to do kind of like a general, I know a guy kind of role? What's your approach here?
I don't think he would be too well familiar with the shamans and the druids. He was mostly with the boys, playing volleyball in the yard in a very straight way. And so he probably doesn't go over there too much.
Okay. Let me see. I would say, don't you have maybe I'm mixing it up with Braun, but don't you have like a background feat that you can like find what you're looking for, something like that?
Oh no, I have that. I have the sage thing.
Yeah, and what does that do?
That's specifically about lore. If I need to find any kind of piece of lore, then I know where to look, or stuff like that.
All right. Then I would say, Ryan, why don't you give me a history roll? You can kind of try to think back to like, what are your good options here for doing this awakening thing, you know?
I do have sailor background, which has ship's passage. When you need to, you can secure free passage on a sailing ship for yourself or your adventuring companions. So not exactly relevant here.
No, ironically, being
City
under
secrets.
deep. It's ironic that being deep in the sea is where you would never need a boat specifically. You would need other things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sid, what's yours?
City secrets. I know secret patterns and flow to cities and can find passages through urban sprawl that others would miss. When I'm not in combat, you and the companions I lead can travel between any two locations in a city twice as fast as your speed would normally allow.
Interesting. That's good to know. What else do people have? Otherwise, I'm fine if we just do like a roll for this.
Just to put it out there, I have the exact same as Sydney. I also have city secrets.
Okay, so I guess then, Ryan, why don't you just give me a history roll from Azov?
Have
to, like,
psychic
think about...
whispers for 8 hours.
Yes, you do.
Can I
trying
add
to-
advantage on it?
Since it's your home turf. Yeah, I think that's fair.
2.
Yeah, Sid, I hope you guys did a long rest before you go to the temple.
Oh, I was joking. Oh, I was joking.
Can I guidance him?
Sure.
Roll a d4.
I think he would still have... Oh, that's charisma. Never mind.
Is the guidance
ability.
you just like smacking him upside? Oh.
Yes, he does in fact smack him.
13!
Whack.
Okay, so with a 13, you're like, all right, I don't know where like the kind of the best are, but I know a place where I can talk to somebody who will hook us up. It might be a little, maybe a little under the table deal, but we can get this done.
Under the table is just how Azov likes it.
That's what she said.
All right, so
Is that the
you're
secret word? Do I get an inspiration for that?
No, not it. Wouldn't that be funny? The secret word was hand job. Everybody, no.
Of course.
Why aren't we getting inspiration points every week? That's basically our catchphrase. All right, so yeah, you are going to with the 13. Yeah, you can find that spot. And so within the city, like I said, there's like the kind of official druidic circles, there's the ones in training, and then there are the ones that maybe didn't make it through the training that might do like some kind of back alley deals, right? So if you kind of combine that role with like Sid's knowledge, right? Because cities are cities at the end of the day, right? So like she knows she can find what's going down, right? So between the two of you, you're like, okay, I recognize this. If I go down this way, I bet I should find somebody who can hook us up. So as you guys are swimming along, kind of swim down, and kind of leaning up against a side of a building is, well, I guess you can still lean underwater. Yeah, leaning up against a building is I guess sketchy looking is the right word to use. Slightly sketchy looking Triton. There she is.
Hey,
Purple
how
hair.
you doing?
And she kind of sees you all approaching. Maybe like leans forward a little defensively and turns. I'm sorry, do you all have business down here?
We can, if you have the skills we require. We're looking for an awakener. Is that something you possess?
Who's asking for an awakening?
My name's Azov. I'm currently on assignment going into the belly of the beast, as it were, to liberate the Temple of the Fathomless. Hoping this, and Azov will produce the orb, this might give us some help.
That's fascinating. I'm sorry, you said you're going to the temple? The one that has been overrun with the slimes?
Yeah, I don't like hearing more about that, so the less I know, the better I'll feel. At least until I
Right.
get there.
Well, hold
So
on.
if we do business, there's a chance no one knows about this, if you catch my drift.
Well, I'm also being banished immediately afterwards, so really there's not a whole lot that could go wrong from your end as far as you're concerned.
Why didn't you say so? I've got a banisher's discount.
Amazing!
She'll reach out a hand. They call you Azov, you said. What is your title?
Far-touched. And yours?
Far-touched. I am Narasa, friend of fish.
Hmm.
And
well, Narasa.
who are your friends?
Henry, that's Rolo. That's 8-9.
Well, at least some of you were talkative. Loosen up back there, tall guy, pointing to 8-9.
They're still getting their sea legs.
Makes sense. May I see this orb?
Yes. Note there might be bits of dead worm on it. We did acquire it from some horrible eldritch abomination. He's gonna
Keep
Float it over
forgetting
to
about that.
Say less.
A lot
And she's
less.
going to take time to ponder the orb, as it were. Right, so I'm awakening this, or you wish to carry the spell in this? Because it feels like a vessel of sorts.
Is it living? I thought it could be
No.
used to use the spell Awakening.
Well, yes, but I haven't seen one of these before. So B. The answer is B. If this is a vessel, I'm putting the spell in the orb.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. Now, normally, I do charge a pretty hefty sum for this. But I do offer, as I said, a banisher's discount. So, for the normal price of 30 gold, I suppose I could try 20.
Yeah, we got 20.
Actually, while we're on the market for spicy items, it'd be great if we could use this on a beast to help us along our journey. As you say, we are going into quite dangerous waters. If we had some extra muscle along with us, it might be helpful. And
She's gonna. Oops. I'm gonna have her roll an insight against you on this. She got a 13. Not that you're trying to you're trying to do whatever.
I'm not a cop.
Yep. Listen, what you choose to use this spell on is up to you. And if you're going away, perhaps it's more incentive that you don't tell me what it is you're using it on.
If we were to be in the market for a large marine creature, I don't know, walrus, whale, manatee, maybe a shark.
Not a big
Something with teeth, if you would.
Ideally, yes.
I'm not going to mark anything on your map, just for sake of paper trail, but if you... And she'll whisper, some coordinates.
All right.
And perhaps spill a little bit of blood. I'm sure one will come your way.
Noted. But not on my map.
Thank you. One horseshoe crab. Oh, man. Very well. Now, if you would not mind handing over the fee.
I've got 20 gold. I'll cover it.
Horseshoe crabs, they come up out of the ocean onto land. We don't actually know like where they come from.
I think the same with eels, right?
Yeah, like their nesting ground, like wherever they breed, we don't know where that is.
Huh. I just saw a video of a bunch of them in somebody's hand, and they were like that big, but they were still like, "Here I come," and it was like, "Oh Lord, he coming."
Also, they have blue blood that like helps to fight cancer or something crazy. It's like it's pretty amazing. Here it is.
Well, they are crabs.
Horseshoe crabs. Oh no, that's
crabs.
evolutionary
That's
tree,
true.
not. But basically, yeah, we don't know where they come from. It's kind of
Crabs
crazy. Anyways, we don't know where they come from in the sea or where they return to. Anyways, okay, so
Just
you
like
hand
Cotton
it
Eye
over,
Joe.
and she's gonna hold up the orb and she's gonna start focus. And then there's gonna be it's probably gonna like unnerve you guys for a moment. She holds it, and then her calm demeanor just for a second, it's like she goes Super Saiyan, just like and like all her purple hair goes like for a second, and she just like insta charges this thing. There you are.
Thanks.
I've never
Right,
seen a rage like that before.
That was a lot.
I've never seen anything like most of you before, to be frank, but pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you.
Listen, if you're ever up on the surface, you need some hands, and assuming we're not dissolved alive, horribly burning from corrosive acid, cursing our names of the day that we ever dared venture into the briny depths. Look us up. We're the B team. We do a lot of crazy stuff.
Sure. If the opportunity presents itself, maybe I will visit the surface someday. Not in much of a vacation mood these days, what with the war, but pleasure doing business with you, and noted.
Well, if your calendar suddenly opens up, and Azov does kind of the turn and swims away.
All right. Okay, so you guys got your orb reactivated, and I take it you're going to swim out to that point that she showed you?
Yep.
Or sub out to the point, whatever makes the most sense.
I figured I'm already banished. What's the worst that could happen? We should try and awaken a shark and have it fight for us.
Yeah, nothing could go
shark?
wrong.
Or an orca.
I don't think an orca could fit into the temple, to be fair.
Why not?
They're big.
Yeah, but did you guys see the what? Sorry, I keep like weird fish tangents. Have you
You know
seen
what I
like
would
the
do?
2 orcas that like gang up on other fucking like sharks and shit like that? They have
No,
names.
that's awesome.
They're
I thought you were gonna
already
talk
pretty
about
smart. They might not be able to be awakened, actually.
No, they
That's
could
true.
definitely be awakened. I think they're right at the cusp.
You know what I would do?
Their names are Port and Starboard.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
really good.
Anyway.
That's awesome. You know what I would do if you tried to
Rat's hell.
awaken the orca? I would make you roll a D100, and if you roll anything but a 100, you instead awaken one of the barnacles attached to it.
God damn. No.
What kind of shark are we going for in D&D? A giant shark?
I was thinking hunter shark, something in that range. But if a giant
Tiger
shark
shark.
might be too big for us where we're
I'm
going.
gonna say, hunter shark. All of these sharks, their intelligence is a 1, so they are definitely awakenable.
They're not smart.
Would I know how big the temple is and how easy it would be to navigate with a?
Yeah, like, alright, so the door, like a large creature could kind of get in there, but it's like,
Okay.
medium, normal PC-sized characters are meant to go in and out.
So a huge creature
Not fit.
couldn't. Okay.
A black tip coral shark.
That's
They're
very
like
specific.
they're not big. I don't even
Black
think
tip
they're aggressive,
coral-
to be quite
Coral reef
honest.
shark. All those things. Yeah.
A barracuda.
Ooh. Except don't do
No,
that because
no
they're blind
barracudas.
in the light.
Are they really?
Barracuda stole my money once. They like
Word,
shiny
okay.
objects.
Sure. What's a normal fucking sized aquatic creature that could also kick some ass?
I mean, a regular shark. Yeah.
What's funny is as soon as Ryan floated this idea, I made sure to like, okay, well, here's some possibilities, here's ways you could do it, etc. But I absolutely didn't bother to grab art for anything but a shark because I
Leopard
knew what you
seal.
were going to get.
Leopard
Why
seal!
would we get anything besides a shark? I mean, how often can we fight next to a shark?
Exactly. I was like, I know what you're gonna get, so I'm gonna leave the door open for whatever, but I'm gonna get the art for a shark because I know what it is you want.
Do we want a manatee or do we want to? No, I want a fucking shark to fight with me. All right, well, let's how does Awaken work? We should look up how that works. I'm guessing this is only good for one charge.
Correct.
Could save it.
It
Use
is.
it another time.
It's instantaneous, for what it's worth. Oh, it's a casting time of 8 hours with an instantaneous duration.
Christ!
All right, listen. We're gonna say it's an orb thing, so we're talking. This is like an action in this case.
How would this work on an animal? Is it like chained or something?
You're just following it around for 8 hours. Just be like, wait, hold on.
Like
Yeah,
keep running
this-
away.
This session is 8 hours of following. Yeah. Sorry about your psychic link, Sid. It's done.
It's gone.
We burn it right in time.
God.
Oh man. Anyway, we're gonna say this is like an action cast because the orb is different for more than one reason, and you'll find out why shortly.
All right, let's go.
Do we need me to talk to the animal first and try and convince it?
I can talk to creatures.
Oh, all right, then you do it.
Didn't you guys tell me that sharks were like hyper aggressive and they'll just like rip people's arms off, or were you guys just
Yeah.
fucking with me?
No, that's real.
In the lore of this game, yes,
What? Then why?
because that's exactly what you want when you're going to fight your way through a temple.
Okay, yeah, have fun. Sure.
Now listen, when a creature's awakened, it's charmed to you for 30 days. So like, you don't have to worry about that aggression. It's not gonna be toward you.
Oh, that's great. I didn't even realize that. I thought we'd have to convince it to fight for us.
No, it's on your side for 30 days, and depending on how that went, decides whether or not it stays friendly or not. So,
I can communicate simple ideas with beasts that can breathe water. All right.
and if you're awakening, like, once that's done, of course, it can just, I'm assuming you're going to go for common. It'll just be able to speak to all of you.
Yeah. We'll swim over to the area, assuming it's not near.
No, it's like, it's distant from the, if anything, it's probably like you could do like a out to there, then to the temple from there kind of thing,
All right, I'm going to do this, so you guys might want to swim back a little bit. And Azov will take his thumb and poke it on the tip of his trident, and then kind of wave his thumb around to get the blood sloshing around.
That's not good,
Cool.
right? That's bad. That's bad, right?
Everyone roll me perception.
Blood in the water. Doesn't matter. I don't
Hey,
notice.
guys, it's not going to say shit.
Nat 1. I'm looking
Roll,
over
Henry.
at a brightly colored fish.
Yeah, you guys are having.
Henry is also looking at the brightly colored fish.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! Oh,
Oh wow!
That's cool.
So while you're doing that, 8-9, you spot it first. Then at Azov, you spot it. There is one just torpedoing for that blood cloud, and it looks ready to eat.
all
You've
right.
got- It just maybe a few seconds till it gets there.
I want to kind of brace myself ready, and then the second it gets over, I'm just gonna slam the orb onto its head and be like, "Awaken, consciousness beam, go!"
All right. I guess let's call that a dex save or a strength save. Like if you're like bracing for if you're like kind of like
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to grab
Yeah.
it,
yeah. All right, I would say that's probably more dex and strength. It depends on how you like. If you're taking the hit like a football tackle and doing this, that'd be strength. If you're trying to do a real smooth hit it in passing, that would be dex. But I imagine for Azov, it's gonna be more strength. But give me
definitely
that.
strength.
Okay. That's really good. Let me do a roll on my end. Right. Okay. All right, opposing checks, you did win. So you brace. It's a really big hit, and you're gonna slam that orb down and cast it.
Yes.
Okay. You cast it, and in your hand, as you cast it, the orb, it just shatters open with this energy. Don't worry, you're successful on this, but just to like paint the picture here, it shatters open with this energy, and this I don't know how you pronounce this. I don't know if it's pronounced agate, agate, agate. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think it's a gate.
Agate, like that sort of like brownish, reddish color, just like that sort of energy erupts all around you, and you're definitely knocked back by that, Azov. The rest of you are just like seeing this big cloud of energy. Azov, you're probably knocked clear of the cloud of energy, and from within it, you're gonna hear just like gnashing and swirling and like fins slapping around. Just like it sounds like this shark is going through a struggle, just like, and as it's going through that struggle, slowly just like the noises of like they start to sound like speech, until eventually the energy fades out, and the shark, it's kind of a little like limp, floating there in the water, and then it kind of like shakes itself awake. It looks up at you, Azov. It looks over at the rest of you, and then it raises one of its new hands and waves at you.
God, is it going to be the one from the band? Is it going to be the Hanna-Barbera one?
And it's not quite. And it just says,
Yo!
all right, then, it was a bit strange. Mind telling me why I was coming at you at 100 miles an hour when all of a sudden I'm here with arms and legs?
Wait, he gets arms and legs too?
Yeah, can I Arcana this or something? I don't know if that's how Awaken's supposed to work.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
That's different. I feel like you should be wearing pants, my guy.
8-9 has no idea.
You have no idea.
I'll try as well.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because the orb was in the big monster thing.
Yeah. All right, yeah, Azov. I mean, listen, you have a history of like living here, so like you've seen the results of this. This is atypical, but you're able to put together. Okay, definitely that orb was some crazy thing made by some like mad scientist, and like maybe the reason that like Narasa's fee was so cheap is like she's not like the best at it. So those combinations, you got something you got like a wild magic version of Awaken.
Wow. Thank you. I assume that was Sid.
Oh, you gave him pants.
Sorry. Welcome to consciousness. Here, put on these.
I've always been conscious, mate. I just ain't been able to talk to people like this before. Yeah, I do suddenly feel like so people can see my whole Melbourne and Sydney's, you know what I'm saying? I kinda put those on. I ain't never worn
Oh, stop
pants
it.
before.
Trying to make him
Feel all right,
blush,
then?
and it's all huge.
As I was saying, please explain why I was swimming at you like that, and all of a sudden I got new limbs and I can talk.
I can
Also,
explain
I
for
had
you
you.
in one word. Magic.
A wizard did it. Actually, no, it was me. I did it. Azov,
Oh, that's different.
far touched. Pleasure to meet you.
He's like reaching out for his, trying to like, he's never done a handshake before. Right. Well, the school would call me Bruce, so I guess that's what you gotta call me too.
Bruce. I like it. It's a strong name.
Thank you.
Listen, so just so you know, what we did was highly illegal. But where we're going, we may not live to tell the tale. We're going in on some crazy suicidal shit, and we need a badass who's ready to tear it up and kill some bad guys. We found you.
Well, that sounds awesome. I feel like magically compelled to do that for you, if I'm being honest. I ain't never heard a better idea in my life. Also, to be fair, ain't no laws in the Shark Kingdom, so I don't know what this illegality you speak of is. Sharks are just sharks. We do what we want to do.
Great. Well, we're heading to the Temple of the Fathomless. I don't know if you've ever swum over there before.
I hear you doing what now? You talking that big thing out there, the hanging temple that has all the sloppy things all over it now?
Yes.
Oh, mate, you. To be fair, I guess you did call it a suicide mission, didn't you? Well, accurate title then. I guess we're off.
Great. Do you need armor or weapons? I'm sorry, I was planning on a shark, not a shark man. A shark of the streets. A street shark. A street shark, if you will.
Right, I'm definitely the first walking shark, that's for sure. Oh, no, I got these, apparently. They seem about as sharp as my teeth. Also, I got my teeth. And I'm feeling real buff. Like, no offense to you, any of your friends over there, but I feel like I got a little more going on in the muscle department.
Well, I resent that remark.
Did you grow an arm with a tattoo on it? How did that work?
Actually, sharks occasionally do have tattoos.
Huh.
Yeah, it's sort of a thing. We saw other, we saw your kind doing it. We thought, it looks fun. It takes a little bit of doing with, like, you get the ink in the thing in your teeth and you kind of do one of those. They don't always look great. This one, though, came out great. And helps me remember me mum.
Because it says mom on it.
Yeah, I suppose.
He just really likes that, like, ma. Oh god, that eye looks terrible. That's fine. We're keeping it. Boom.
I think it looks great. I love everything about it. I'm a big fan.
He's perfect.
Okay, so instead of Bruce, he's Bruce. Bruce.
Bruce, welcome to the B team.
Hey, B for Bruce, am I right?
Hey.
Anyway, who are your scrawny friends? He swims over. Oh, crap. Wait, can you give me a moment? I've not swim with arms and legs before. This is going to take an adjustment. Like, he started to do, like, a normal shark swim, and he was like, no, that doesn't work anymore. Give me a moment. Oh, there we go.
As he's, like, orientating himself, he's like, does anyone know why this happened this way? Because I've seen this happen a lot of times. I've never seen that before.
Maybe it's because there's a cool fish over here actually, and I have not been paying attention at all.
I just resent that he's calling me puny.
I think you could show him up. I think you could take him on. Maybe not before the fight or the thing, but
But after the fight, I'm wrestling this thing.
I think you should.
I will hold it back for now for the sole reason that we are on a near suicide mission anyway.
So wait, Bruce, you said you swam over by the Fathomless Temple?
Well, sure, I swim all over these parts.
On a scale of like 1 to... Oh shit, how bad is it over there?
What number is that?
Do you know numbers?
No. It's pretty bad.
I tried to simplify it for you. I tried to meet you in the middle.
Sorry. So like, if it never had the slimy things on it before, it's got a lot of them now.
Thank you, Bruce.
You're welcome. My key stats are strength, dex, and constitution, if that wasn't obvious.
That's all we need. That's all we need for this mission.
Right. Anyways, are we swimming over? What's the plan?
Do we want to take the sub over? Maybe help clear up.
How much of this does he retain when all of this is said and done? Because
this is permanent. He is
so the shark is going to remember entering a vessel.
Yeah.
And having new codes.
Yeah. Bruce is alive. Bruce is a person now. He is alive.
He's just a person living in this world now.
All right. Sure. If nobody else has a problem with him having new codes,
This is why I love Awaken. It's like I want to make an NPC. Beep.
This could have been Andrew's PC. Yeah.
No, that's what I said. If he was here tonight, I was like, Andrew, just saying, if you want to be here, you can just be this. You can be this shark. It's all good.
I just want to point out that you should all be thankful that I never had Tao use Awaken, because he was at the level he could have.
You should have used Awaken. You should have made trees awake or something.
It does have to have an intelligence score. Just it can't be too high, right?
It has to have an intelligence score, but it could be 0.
Right. Do trees have? I don't know.
I think they're null. I don't think they have intelligence
I don't think
scores
they
at
have
all.
one. Unless it's like a magic tree.
I was about to say, I do have a recollection of creating a canoe out of a tree, and for some reason I was playing a druid that just listened to its screams the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Did I DM this? Because wasn't there another one that was like, turn me into a canoe?
Yeah, I think that was
like
Peacekeepers.
Tree. Okay, there was like a pervert tree that was like, chop me down.
I remember that.
In Tales of Centra, you talked to a whole garden. I remember that much. And I think the broccoli had a German accent. There was some, anyways. Okay, so you guys are going to the sub. You guys are headed over to Bismarck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't need to use it, we don't use it. But at least we'll keep it with us.
Yeah. As you
also, I looked it up. It's agate.
Thank you. As you approach, Bruce is like, God, I can't get used to this new thing now. Oh, is this what is it? I've never seen anything like this contraption before, even from your people, Azov. What is it?
It's a super secret weapon that we can't tell anyone about.
Yep.
Believe it or not, the surfacers came up with it. And they just left it in a cave. Like a bunch of idiots.
People on the surface are stupid, ain't they?
The more
he does not say no offense or anything like that.
The more this interaction goes on, the more I'm regretting our decisions.
Right. Listen, I'm getting used to this, but I think I'd rather just kind of swim behind and maybe hang on if that's okay. I don't really want to get inside something like this. Feel the water in my gills, you know?
You do what you got to do.
Thanks. He's just gonna clamp on to like one of the wings of the sub.
Weirdly,
right, I'll just be here.
Do you think he can even breathe air?
I don't know. The Wake doesn't really say anything about that.
If you brought him inside, he might have just drowned.
He might have just died on the spot.
Just suffocated.
Might have to get him a fishbowl and plop it over his head.
That would be very funny. All right. So you're gonna go out to the temple now. So for this image, the kind of thought I had was, for us when we build, we tend to build up, right? Like we build towers up. But with the idea of like some of the structures under here having parts where there are no water, right? Where you come up to the top floor and you kind of surface, but then as you go down, you're resubmerging into the water. My thought was that this temple would kind of be like inverted. Like it was maybe built like, hanging from a sea cliff as opposed to on top of one. So you guys are going to drive out to it. And I'll say by the time you get here, it's probably getting around like sometime in the afternoon, just as far as the other events of the day and whatnot. So you get out there and Azov, first I'm going to show you, this is like your memory of the temple. And yes, this is just a picture upside down. But this is your memory of the temple, okay? It's like I said, kind of suspended from a sea cliff. You would kind of enter, and then some of the, like sort of the deepest spire here. That's, kind of the like ritual chamber, if you will. But there are other chambers within it. This is how you remember it looking. At the moment, it looks more like this. There are oozes and slimes just Jackson Pollocking all over this thing.
We are gonna have to scrub all this off. Just get it off.
And those things are like moving, like pulsating along it. They're not just like stains.
What's the best way to kill a slime?
Usually at a distance. You can fire pot shots at it. Send in infantry to die ahead of you before you're overcome. Swim away.
All right, well, I'll do the pot shots and you can be the infantry.
Is there anything in particular that, like, harms it more or less?
You can do
I'm
some
pretty
rolls
sure.
before.
Pretty sure they don't care. They don't worry about acid. Would this be Arcana?
Or nature. Okay. So from your time in war, one of the things that you would remember is so where slimes come from, you still don't know all that. You still don't know necessarily how they like reproduce necessarily, but one thing that you have seen on the battlefield, Azov, is that there are slimes that can sort of like do like almost an osmosis thing on the spot. Like there are larger ones that can kind of slough off smaller slimes that go and attack. And if you are to those almost share like a hive mind when that happens. So if you can find sort of like the alpha slime, at least outside of the temple, and do something with that, it might at least make a good chunk of them scatter and kind of give you a chance to get inside.
I relay that information.
As you're all talking, Bruce kind of like knocks on the window of the thing, and he's just making a motion like, "Want me to go?" And just, what's the plan?
One sec.
You got it.
Are slimes immune to psychic damage? Would I know that? Having lived in a place that was attacked by a giant fucking slime. I don't know why it would be immune to psychic damage, but I don't know shit.
It is not. I'll say from like you all can recall, like Azov would easily be able to recall this stuff. They are not immune to that.
Good.
They are, again, this is like the super common stuff that like there's no need to roll for. They are, however, they have various resistances. So basically you can look at it and based on the color kind of be able to tell what would not work. And those are going to be fairly self-explanatory when you look at them. But I'm happy to point things out if need be. Also realizing the ones I put in this image are maybe slightly different from the colors I had in mind at the time, but like it's not a big deal. Generally speaking, you have red, blue, yellow, green, purple. Red resistant to fire, green resistant to acid, purple resistant to poison, blue resistant to cold, yellow resistant to lightning.
Sick.
Anything else?
I'm fine then. All right, great. That's what I was concerned about.
With psychic, we were able to. Could we fire one of Henry's psychic daggers through the Bismarck?
We did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have done that in the past.
And stone, rock, and temples, at least these ones, as far as I know, don't have any feelings.
Correct. It would be a safe weapon to fire at the wall of the temple.
Could we fire a massive psychic knife, at least to clear off the ones on the outside, at least getting like a safe entry inside to the temple, and then from there we go on foot or on tail?
Yeah, I mean, I this was like an open-ended, you guys figured out how to do it, and I like that solution, so let's go for it.
Because most other things would destroy or damage the temple, but at least this way, it would be basically just like emotional damage against all of those slimes on the outside.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt all the slime's feelings. So, what's your psychic dagger roll, Sid?
1d6.
All right, roll me 50d6.
Azom's gonna like tell Bruce, is like, swim around the back, get around the back right now.
Yeah, whatever you say, boss.
You said 50?
Back, but yeah, multiplies by 50 if you guys recall.
Do I add my modifier?
Does she get sneak attack?
Sneak attack, no.
That's a lot of ones.
So many ones.
I know.
Fine.
All right.
There's a good amount of 6s in there too, though.
That's true.
I can do.
Still 165 damage.
Okay. All right. So I was just doing a quick math problem. This is gonna sound underwhelming, but don't worry. Your plan was a success. So the dagger fires forward, and it's almost like a pulse goes out, almost like a a thought bomb goes off, if you will, just like shockwave kind of thing. As that happens, you immediately see kind of right around where the impact zone was. 7 slimes around that impact zone immediately just like go off, dissolve, they're dead. 7 are outright dead, and then a bunch of others, as that shockwave happens, do start pulling back. And you will see one that is larger than the others. If slimes are medium creatures, you will see one that is let's see, if slimes take up 1 square, you'll see one that takes up about 9 squares, shall we say. Kind of like unstick itself from the spire and start to like move itself off into the distance a little bit to like, I don't know what that was, but we're getting out of here. And then some others are gonna follow it. So they didn't all go away, but you definitely cleared enough that you could go in there and not like nothing would probably notice or care that you are now swimming inside to the temple.
I spammed the knife 50 times, and then we go in.
How many times can you use it?
It's my ability.
basic attack.
That's
That's right.
my
It's your
attack.
Infinite.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to just keep doing that, it'd take you a little bit of time, but you could totally clear the whole outer wall.
So, Azov, the whole time, you could have just had a Henry. Just win the day for you single-handedly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The slimes don't seem all that imposing.
Why do you think I wanted the sub down here so bad? Kind of a game changer here.
You've now Super Mario Sunshined the temple entrance. Congratulations.
Do we want to proceed, or would All right.
Yeah, let's just park it over by that coral reef over there and throw a tarp on it.
Wait, that one?
Yeah, the one with all the colorful fish over there.
Got it.
And we do,
when
in
you
fact, throw a tarp over it.
When you guys park and get out, Bruce is like, yeah, what in the great blue depths was that?
That is what we have been calling a nuke.
Right. And why aren't we just taking this thing right over to the battlefield? I mean, not that
One
it's
thing
my
at a
war, but
time.
seems like something you people ought to do, Azov.
Might be the plan. Depending on how this goes, we might not need to, but it is plan B. B for...
B2.
Bruce.
Right.
Bruce.
Right.
Here's Rolo parking the ship in the coral reef.
Just destroying it.
Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, that's funny. Right then, are we going inside?
Let's go check it out.
By the way,
Set like an alarm on the submarine. Does the submarine have an alarm? I feel like we pissed some people off in the city, And I feel like I don't want to leave our nuke thrower out
any of you
here
have alarm?
unsupervised. No. Maybe we should have awakened the submarine.
I don't think that's a good idea, actually.
It just starts screaming.
Now, then it would be like an autonomous Metal Gear.
It would just be a Reaper at that point. It's just
fully
a Reaper.
You would create the BBEG if you did that. Just for the record.
That would be fun. I have.
Can we
Sword burst.
put invisibility on it and then tuck it away?
I do have invisibility. Can I put that into a thing right now?
You could put that into a crystal and do that, yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying I'll use a second level spell slot and do that then.
Cool.
If we long rested since I enhanced invisibility, we haven't done that.
No. Same day.
And
I do try to.
Artificers, it's a long rest, right?
Yes.
I did want to. I actually save yourself that spell slot, Richard, because I was going to like the one rule with the crystals you guys have is they have to be level 1 spells or like the ability like Henry's. But I will say you were outfitted with fuel and stuff before you left, so it's fair to say you have like some invisibility in stock for the sub. I think that's valid.
Cool.
So you go ahead and keep that slot.
Okay.
As you're approaching, Bruce is going to be swimming toward it. A quick question before we go in there. I know a lot's changed for me today, but maybe give me a moment to get my land legs, if you will. There's parts in there that aren't all water, right? So not exactly sure what that's going to do to me.
Are there? I thought we were going to be underwater the whole time. Are there air pockets or something?
But we gotta go in through the top floor and then swim down, right?
Right. So aren't we swimming the whole time?
Azov, you want to roll me I guess, history?
Sure.
You're not so sure of the layout, but you do know that there are parts where it's all water and parts where it's not.
Oh yeah, well, there are parts with air. Some things, some documents and scrolls need to be kept out of the water for preservation.
You are water people. I do not understand your culture. Okay.
We are a multifaceted people. It's not all about water all the time.
Apparently.
All right, guys.
Azov has been on land for 8 years. Like it's okay.
We just understand that water is better. I'm sure you'd be fine, Bruce. Just if we go to a dry area, just hold your breath.
I don't know what that means.
You'll find out.
Go learn today. Hold on. Do we have like a kitchen inside the inside the sub?
A galley.
Yeah. Like a mess hall kind of thing.
I go give him a big old pot and be like, just dunk your head in this if you need to breathe. It's kind of like, there you go. Hold on.
Because sharks too, specifically, like they're the type that they have to like keep moving, right?
They do.
Like,
yeah.
Oh no!
Well, listen. For all intents and purposes, he is like a PC now, so it's not gonna. You know what I mean? You've created like shark kin or shark folk. You know.
We also gave him arms and legs. I wouldn't be surprised if he also got lungs.
And a freaking tattoo.
And a tattoo.
Magic can only go so far, folks.
The tattoo was always there.
You get a choice. You can breathe air, get some nice ink.
Nice some sweet ink.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're going up into the temple?
Yes.
Yep.
Here we go.
Cool. So the entranceway, I'm not taking you guys to the map just yet. because of course it's like a dungeon crawl. What else would it be? So as you guys go in through this first like I will say, oh sorry, oh I already put myself on the screen. That's one. I will say like one of these is gonna be like almost like caved in from the slime attacks, but the main entrance is still open. The other one was probably like a temple made kind of quarters anyway, so it's not like the main temple, if you will. So as you go in, it's like a slow, as you go inside, you're entering in the top floor of, like I said, it goes down, but top floor, and it's like a slight slope upward, actually kind of coming up out of the water into what's going to be the entrance chamber. So as you're coming up to that surface spot, Bruce is kind of like, oh, I think I need to give this a test. Someone want to hold my hand just in case this goes bad?
I'll come with you, buddy. Don't worry. We'll get you this.
Thank you. And he does like a slow and he's gonna come up out of the water and just, oh, this feels so weird. Never felt air in my life. So, and at this point, like his head is above the water. He's got his eyes closed. All right, so do I need to do the breath holding thing, or like, how's this work?
You're doing it, buddy. You're doing it.
It feels like a lot thinner up here than down there.
It tastes weird at first, but you get used to it.
It's not salty.
No.
Better ain't
It's
it?
a little disappointing. He dips his thumb in the water, just gets some more salt on his tongue. Right then. Back under the water. Guys, good news. I got arms, I got legs, I got tattoos, and I can breathe air.
That
What a day.
is helpful.
What a day, Bruce.
What have we done?
As long as we gotta deal with him on the surface now.
I'm gonna live
Too much.
forever.
We've done too fucking much.
You've done something you can never change. You can never take it back.
I love my beautiful dumb boy. He is my son.
All right, so moving you guys onto the map screen now.
Cut to
Go.
Azoth being like, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it!
Yeah.
I get the gun.
So obviously you guys you're all long rested, so tokens can all be updated. You are actually like all kind of in this tunnel down here, but for sake of not, shoving all the tokens together, this is where I have you guys oriented right now. And let me okay, everybody already has control of Bruce, and I am sharing his sheet. All players.
Oop, no.
That is his sheet. It's very simple, but
Ooh.
that is Bruce's sheet right there.
Bruce has a lot of blood.
You a big
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, he fucking does.
All right, ignore the fact that this is humanoid or hybrid form. It's just a multi-attack.
He's a shape changer and he can do what he wants.
Moonbeam!
Yeah.
He was a were shark is what I pulled him from. But
That makes sense.
kinda, yeah. So anyway, yeah, you all have control of Bruce and you all have that handout. So y'all can you guys can do with that what you will. But it's very straightforward. It's basically just a multi-attack. That's what he has.
Okay, gang. Who's ready?
Do we see the slimes ahead of us?
If you poke your head up out of the water, yes. You would see the slimes and these ones, and now I have them actually labeled by like correct color here. You'll see there's conveniently one of each color in this chamber to introduce the concept.
Hey, is this a painting? Is this middle thing a painting? Is this a painting?
They are kind of slopping all over a statue of the
Okay.
Fathomless.
Fuck that. Okay.
The statue, it probably looks like it's like in an alpha stage because
Ooh.
no one's actually really seen what the Fathomless truly looks like. So it's more just like blobby fish form, eyes, and like, the...
Concept art. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But that is what they're all kind of flinging over. Yes, these are trying out the new systems with like doors and dynamic lighting and everything. So hopefully this all
Oh yeah, there's
works
doors.
well. Yeah,
Oh, that's what the little... Okay, that's cool.
yeah, that's what those are. Those are doors. So yeah, like I said, you all are kind of more like single file in this little like entry tunnel, but you know that doesn't matter for where you are right now. I just didn't want to crowd all the tokens.
Should we make our like marching order though, real quick?
I'm not first. I'm not first.
I can go whenever. First, last, doesn't matter.
I mean, we did just make a shark for a reason.
Yeah, put him out front.
I'm thinking,
Henry, you actually are not a bad one to just be out front going choo 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 with all your psychic blades. They're pretty damn effective.
Yeah, but they're more effective if they're not paying attention to me and coming after to kill me.
You can do it behind me.
Then I will stand behind you, sir.
actually, you know what? From right to left, that kind of is the marching order I was thinking.
From right to left.
Yeah. So Bruce 8-9,
first.
Rolo, Henry, Azov. But obviously, like, it doesn't need to be.
I mean, you know he's down
say-
for that.
Rolo, Bruce, and Azov can all take the front, be the vanguard.
I'm happy to do it. Listen, I've seen the slums around. I near tangled with one myself. Now I got all new claws to do it. I'm raring to go. If and you were taking, I don't know, y'all are in charge here. It's the Bruce team, but I'm not the boss, so.
We should let Bruce be the boss.
Oh yeah, I should mention that it's right now during when he's been underwater, Rolo has rather than his like big thunder gauntlet punch, he's got a little orb in his chest that glows for a lightning launcher that
Ooh.
comes from an amulet from his good old storm giant god.
Ooh.
Nice.
So he's got some range that hopefully will keep slime from getting on him.
Yeah, we could try and have them all. Yeah. So, are you not going in the front, Rolo?
I can go wherever. I can
we
take
can
the
group-
middle.
If we group them up, we can get an AoE off on them. At least one.
Yeah, I don't have many AoEs that I can do, so if we're gonna be like, if this is what do you call it? Like a dungeon crawl, we might want to save those for later. Right now, pot shots might be the way to go.
That's kind of why I was suggesting 8-9 towards the front, because he also has a really high perception.
Foot range sphere, is this still the same?
Also, are we trying to go in stealthily at all? Do we care?
Wouldn't hurt.
I don't
Yeah,
think I can
pass
get
without
all
trace.
of them.
I do have pass without trace. That's why I'm asking.
I wouldn't
Can't
say
hurt.
no to that.
All right. I mean, it lasts an hour. It's concentration, so bam, pass without trace on all of us. So if we end up making a stealth roll, be sure to add a +10.
All right. I was gonna shatter that thing and tag all of them with a big loud blast.
Fucking hit it!
Let's not break the temple insides as soon as we get in, though.
It's fine. I know the guy who works here. It's fine. He's a demigod.
You said it was okay.
That's
Sacrifice that to be made, your lordship.
Bears off. Don't blow up my statue.
Sorry, it was out of my control. There's nothing I could do. That I really wanted to do it. That's too big. I can get 4 of them in a shatter. Just barely. Unless... Oh, wait, hold up. If I do like that, I can get all of them.
And hit it. They said they're set themselves. They haven't been able to come back here. They don't know what the fucking the way this place is right now. We're fine. Blow it up.
Daddy's home. Shatter.
All right, what am I rolling for that?
You are rolling a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, slimes have decent con. All right,
I think
what's
that's
your
a big chunk of what they do is just survive.
Yeah,
they're just blobs of HP. DC is 16.
Okay. One of them passed. All the others are gonna fail.
Then that is 19 thunder damage to all that fail.
Okay. We'll say it's this one here in the furthest corner that saved.
Okay.
It's not save or suck, is it?
No, it is half when I save.
Okay. Very successful shatter. Definitely does some chip damage to the statue. Some water splashes up. And none of them look like they could take another blast like that. But that is going to kick off some combat. So I will need initiative. Because they are certainly alerted to your presence now.
Let's do it.
Dun, 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 initiative.
Oh.
And then whoever would like to go for Bruce, you all have shared control.
I can go for Bruce.
Lightning launcher adds your intelligence, right?
It does. Yeah. It's like a ranged lightning attack.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a +1 for Bruce.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Should be, yeah, his dex is a +1, I think, right? Okay, so that's for him. And then, okay, we got this. Oh, Henry before. Here's Henry. Okay, and then Rolo and Bruce. Rolo's is better. Okay, there we go. So he's obviously shattered, but you're also... Oh, no. 8-9 is before he's... Henry is before 8-9. How did I... What is happening? Sorry, it's not dragging the way I want it to. Okay, 8-9 is up first.
Okay. Well, they didn't seem to get super... Well, how damaged do they look, actually, from that?
All of them except for the one that's saved look like they're just ready to pop. Like, they look like they're in final blows right now.
Gotcha.
It was a pretty solid hit.
Let me see where I have to stand to be able to hit them. It looks like I have to be right at the entrance to shoot them. Okay. Well, he's going to move up. And from right here, he can actually get to them. So he is going to shoot the left one with his crossbow, because that's what he has prepped.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
$27 to hit.
Definitely.
So this is his first attack, so that'll be with Planar Warrior.
Is that the one where you warp the shot?
No, this is just an extra damage thing. Planar Warrior turns my first attack, if it hits, into a magically charged thing that deals force damage instead of anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
And it
Well,
adds
that force, your arrow and the force, it just carves through that ooze. I mean, literally like jelly, and it is no more.
One down. And then he aims at the second one. there a way to... Ah, there we go. That's what the roll is. Thank you. Okay, there. 23 to hit.
Yes.
10 damage to the second one, and this one is magical piercing because he has the scope on it.
And through that scope, you see it again, just burst like jelly. You're popping bubble wrap over here.
And then,
all right, Henry, you're up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, Henry's up. I don't see any bonus actions that I really want to use right now.
And by the way, this water around the statue is probably only about 3 feet deep.
Does that mean
Very
it's
shallow chamber.
rough terrain?
Not for you guys, you guys have a swim speed.
That's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
I am going to instead of manifesting blade, I am going to use Mind Sliver directly across this one here. And it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. Well, Sid, they're not very good at that.
That's good.
I'm not gonna ask you your DC because it's a net 0.
Oh, buddy! That takes 7 damage.
Is it psychic specifically?
It is psychic specifically.
If this thing had a brain, you would see it erupt. So maybe like just the top part of the slime is what goes.
Nice. And I don't think I can do anything as a bonus action. I have to use that as an attack first. That's me.
Okay, Azov.
Are we in a hallway? Is that what the green is?
You kind of came up through like a narrow channel. You could stand up on this if you wanted to. That's like Earth.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
are we in
you
an?
could climb up there.
Is that a? Are we in an air pocket then, where it would just stand? I'm just wondering
Yes.
what the move speed of
Unless
it
like here where you see actual like blue water on the map, that is where the water is. Everything else is above water.
is. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah,
Then
sorry.
I'll hop up on this area here, and this is the one that didn't get hit as much, right?
Correct.
I'm going to take 2 Eldritch Blast shots at that.
Okay.
Try and weaken it up.
Yeah, for now, just worry about like being on regular land as if we were on the surface. I have a different kind of thing for when we're in like full 3D water space.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so you don't have to worry about it right now. You're firing 2 Eldritch Blasts?
At level 5, you get 2.
Okay. At different targets, right?
I'm firing them both on this one here.
Well, you only need 1 for both of them.
Oh, okay.
If you wish to split them, you could.
I was hoping to get my son a chance, but you'll get your chance soon, Bruce.
You stop both of those. Yeah, was kind of hoping I would get my shot here to pop some of these slimes, but that's fine. You know,
I have a
it's,
feeling we'll have plenty of opportunities.
yeah, probably.
I
Hey, it's
climb
alright.
up out of the water.
I guess I got to see what it looks like. Right then, where to? So we got some doors and big old fish statue here. Who's this? Bobby fella.
That's the Fathomless, my employer. He's a real
So my boss is
fun
boss.
guy.
Hey,
Well, in case anybody got a better idea, my method is always I just start on the very left, work my way around clockwise.
Sounds about right. Oh, I love where they put the turning thing now.
yep, it's so much better.
It's perfect.
What turning thing? Oh yes.
When you
yes,
click,
I've been
yeah,
writing
the little
that.
dot.
Yep.
Oh,
Open the door. I can do that now.
Oh, you guys can just open them on your own? That's awesome.
yeah.
I look inside and don't see much.
Yeah, so you open that room, Richard, and the kind of the center tile seems to be a watery passage that someone could dive into and swim to another part of the temple.
I'm fine going checking it out unless we want the shark to do it.
Henry, who are you connected to right now?
Just us.
One
I
of us
can't
could go
add
down.
him.
Stay
I
connected through
can-
Henry on the.
Pass without a trace. How far does that go?
30 feet, I believe.
Okay, because I have a +9 to stealth. I would have a +19.
I can go
If
with you.
we
Pretty
send
damn good.
both of you guys down.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
happy to go down too, and if it gets too dark, I can light up my gem and shine it like a flashlight.
Oh, that's right. I don't have dark vision.
Neither does 8-9.
No, it's all good. I
human.
got my radiant weapon here. It's fine.
All right, here we go.
We're going.
Who's going in? Rolo and Henry?
I'll go in first. Henry, you back me up.
36.
What is that?
Damn.
My stealth.
You're pass without trace. Right. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, plus what in the world? Okay. Okay. So you guys dive in. You swim down for a little bit. It's a pretty narrow tunnel. So you're swimming down for a little bit, and then it turns and you start swimming in a direction. It is dark down there, so thankfully Rolo's got his weapon.
Yep.
The map as we see it is oriented like with northeast, southwest, like the way you think it is. So as you swim, you know that you're swimming northeast, and I'm gonna drag your guys' tiles over, because you swim down probably about 30 feet, and then you swim about 90 feet northeast. You swim for a pretty good distance, and then you resurface. I'll move you guys over. Is 8-9 coming too, or is that tile just there?
8-9 was coming too, I think.
Yeah, I'm coming too, because
Okay,
pass without
so
Because
Azov
he's the one with pass out without a trace. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So
Azov
Azov
can
goes
have some
first.
nice father-son time while
Cool.
we're all down here
All right.
fighting his battle that he had.
I'm gonna move your guys' tokens to where you emerge. You want to go top right from here, from where you
Oh
are
my
right
god.
now,
Oh,
to find your
okay.
tokens again.
Oh, hello?
That's the distance you swam, and as you pop up, as you emerge, you find yourself in like one of the spires of the temple, and sitting down and like back against the wall is a young female Triton who is very surprised as you all pop out of the water.
Somebody here.
Gods, what are you doing here?
I could ask the same of any of you.
Are my friends still like beneath me in the water? I'm just like, hold up. Like, hey!
He just pops up.
Or just below
Yeah,
you, like,
there's
what the
only-
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I thought this place is overrun by slime.
There's like a hand. Just like
Guys, there's a Triton woman up here, and she's quite attractive, if that matters. I don't think it does.
Azov's like, let me in the tunnel.
Respond. Is she attractive? This is very important.
Rolo says yes.
I'm just trying to say she doesn't look like slime. Hello there. My name is Rolo, Jasander Rolo, and I got 2 friends here. We're fighting off some slime. You're not like a slime worshiper, are you?
I would not call myself a slime worshiper. No.
What are you doing here?
I am one of the temple maids, but when it got overwhelmed, my sisters and I couldn't get out.
How long ago was that?
Do you know how long ago the invasion was? That's a good. What are you inciting for?
Is she actually a maid, or is she... We caught her and she's lying? I imagine this may be negligible, but 8-9's a skeptic.
8-9, you feel like you have this is weird, right? You are right to be suspicious, but you believe everything she just said. Like, I was a temple maid here with my sisters. The place got attacked, and she is also obviously very, like, the surprise in her face is real. She's like, what are people doing here? This is weird. So that's all legit. You believe everything she is saying.
Okay.
With your insight.
How you been surviving down here?
She kind of points to it might be hard to see. There are 4 chests in this room. Yes, I think 8-9 just saw them. 8-9, if you look in that chest, you'll see there's like the remnants of fruit, like apple cores, things like that. Well, whatever like the underwater version of these things would be. And
why are you in the garbage room?
No, this was an offering surplus room.
Which one of these do you poop in? Do you like keep the food in 3 out of the 4? You poop in the 4th one?
She walks over to this chest and like kind of make sure it's firmly closed. Don't worry about that question.
Jesus Christ.
Gosh, she's been pooping in that chest.
Ew.
Well, hey, do you want to like be rescued right now? Because like we're not that far away from the exit. Like we
The
can
way
get there
out
right
is
now.
currently clear.
I would like to be, but I don't want to leave without my sisters.
Oh. Well, how about we
you
like
can-
bring you over to the lobby area?
The main chamber. It's been cleared out.
I don't want to go anywhere until when the slimes attacked. We were separated, if you will. I need to go make sure they're okay.
Yeah, so
You
we're
asked
gonna
me
get you
how
to like
long
a
it-
central location. Right now, you're kind of off to the side, you know.
You asked me how long it's been before. I can't answer that because I don't know. I
How
don't
much
know when the
poop is
slimes
in that
attacked.
chest?
Rollo!
I'm trying to measure time here, okay? I'm working with what I got. There's only so many clues.
We
I will
really
not
don't
be
need to
answering.
know.
I will not be answering that question.
Listen, lady,
So,
you could swim,
Yeah.
right? You could probably leave.
If the way is clear, I could. But again, I'm not leaving without my sisters. To be a temple maid here is something very special.
Okay, we're not asking you to leave without your sisters. We're just asking you to leave this room.
Oh no, I'll leave this room. I'm just saying I don't want to leave the temple.
Oh, no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
All right, then, well, come on with us. Come on, go on down.
Oh, sorry for the miscommunication.
I want to make sure that she is not last in the lineup.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
no, I want her to be first. I want us
Yes.
all to be.
Yes. All right, we are coming back with
Oh yeah,
temple maid.
she would have given her name. Sorry, yeah, she would have given it. Her name is Rahab, Bear of Finn.
All right, well,
That'll
you guys
fair
go.
fit.
I'll bring up the rear.
What are Azov and Bruce talking about in the meantime?
I think that when we're here, actually, we're checking out the statue of the Fathomless.
Mhm.
Does Azov feel anything being in the presence of an effigy of his patron lord? Can he, commune with him at all?
So this is not like the ritual or communion chamber, for what it's worth. This is just the entrance chamber. So you feel you are getting that sense, but from where you're standing now, you feel like it's a little farther north from where you are now. Like, just based on the temple layout, you can assume that the northern chamber from where you are right now is the ritual chamber.
Got it.
Ritual/communion chamber. So you're definitely feeling that tug, but you're not like in the spot just yet. And honestly, it's probably a weird feeling because what you're seeing is like there is an estimation that is also much smaller than what you've witnessed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's probably, I mean, you would tell me how Azov's feeling about that, but you're seeing a much smaller approximation of what you've witnessed for real.
I can see why they wouldn't use his true form in the lobby. That might be a little too intimidating.
What, are you saying he doesn't look like this?
Not the way I've seen him. A lot bigger. Lot
You've seen the
nastier.
real thing. That's impressive.
Yeah. Not a pleasant experience. But he has
Maybe
a
when
purpose.
it's time you can tell me more about it, huh?
Yeah.
I know I've only been alive for like a couple of hours, so to speak, but I feel for you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. It's good to have another water breather on the team. Sometimes I try and talk to these surface dwellers. They just don't get it. They just don't get it sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's bait onto the sea, as I say. All right, I'm gonna bring the other group.
I was gonna say, I specifically wanted to be in the rear because after they all go, I'm gonna hop up and I want to thoroughly inspect all 4 of these chests.
Okay. All right, I'll bring the other ones. I'll bring the other ones to the lobby, and then we'll come back to you. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So, the rest of you, not Rolo, are going to emerge with Rahab back in the lobby. Oops, sorry, Henry. I just made you weird and long. Henry gets spaghettified in space time.
Oh no, it's the chocolate factory.
All right, so you guys arrive back in the lobby, and you have an attractive Triton in tow.
Yes, but what about the girl?
This is hello.
It's
This
funny.
is Rahab. Rahab. This
Hello.
is Azoth
Rahab,
and
Pharaoh Finn.
Bruce.
Azov, far touched. You're a
Rahab has
maiden
been
here.
stuck in here for a while, and we would like to find her fellow temple maids.
Far
We will
touched.
not ask about how long she's been here.
When you say far touched, instead of like shaking your hand the normal way, she's gonna like take it and like press it to her head a little bit. Like,
Oh no,
far
that's
touched.
too much. That's
Far
enough.
touched.
No, that's
Stop
appropriate.
that. No, it's not. Stop that.
It's our
It
culture,
is.
Henry. Don't be so
He.
surface about it.
It's a pleasure to have you back here, then, sir.
I wish I
for
could
the
say the
first time.
same, but it's a little rough
Right.
right now.
Yes, I appreciate that you and your friends are here, and now we can finally be on our way to my sister's.
Yes, of course.
Can I get the worst vibe from this chick. Can I please incite that?
You can. Artem already used his. I will allow you to use yours.
I have the worst vibe off of this lady.
I don't know why you would.
That's a -1.
Ugh.
She's fine.
You believe
I'm
every
fine.
word she has said.
Hate it here.
Rahab, do you know if they've, the slimes, have they made it into the central communion chamber?
No, they seem to be concentrated in the western chamber and in the offering chamber. That's where the cave-in happened that separated me from my sisters.
Understood. All right. Might be best for you to hang back here as we continue to go on. I imagine it's quite dangerous. Unless, are you one of the maidens that have armed yourself with the talents bestowed by the Fathomless?
Oh, I don't have any of that, no. But I can't. If you go by, you do understand the tradition here. I can't have. First of all, I can't have you go alone. Second of all, it's. Again, I need to be there to find them myself.
I understand. Then just try to stick towards the back and be wary of any stragglers that might try and ambush us.
That's fine. Rolla, we're gonna hold on your stuff for like just another moment.
Okay.
For storytelling reasons. Are you guys are making your way around to the left? Is that correct?
I think we were doing all the left doors, yeah.
Okay.
I think before they left, I would have like given a little eye signal to 8-9, be like, so I think he should have an idea of what I'm doing. It's not just like Rollo's missing.
Wait, what was I missed that.
I think like when you guys went
you
back
guys are all
under to
mentally
go.
linked, remember, you can convey that.
That's true.
Oh, we're
not
all
an issue.
mentally leaked.
For
I thought
8 hours.
It goes through Henry to someone else, but you could pass that. You know
Okay,
what I
I'm
mean?
just gonna tell Henry that like, hey, I'm investigating those things. I'm investigating those chests.
I will pass that along to maybe just 8-9.
8-9 just immediately goes, one of them has poop. Why would you do that?
Actually,
So she
as they're making their way into that next room, and you guys feel free to do that. Actually, Rollo, which chest are you going for first?
I think once again he's gonna go towards the left and work his way clockwise, especially because he wants to save the potential poop one for last.
All right, cool.
These corpses.
You open that one up, and inside you find the similar things, similar like the scraps of food that would have been offered here, and kind of no, I'd say this one's just food. They probably wouldn't package food and other offerings together. But yeah, food.
Okay.
More food. Seeds, cores, discarded.
over the next
fuel,
one,
that
then.
sort of thing. Maybe a few little bones.
Could I just
you're
roll an investigation for the whole room?
Yeah, yes, but since the potential poop chest is closed, that would be its own thing.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
You wanna roll me
This plus a guidance. So 22. What is
22.
in that room?
22 is really good. You open up so as you're opening up the chest, you find food, discarded scraps, things like that. You find little other petty offerings people would bring, right?
And I'm checking for like false bottoms. Like that's why I want to do an investigation roll. Like I'm thoroughly checking all these.
I got you. We're going for it. Everything in there seems to be like legit, right? Like maybe little toys or like little art pieces people own, sea flowers, what have you. Maybe some metallic offerings. But anything that is metallic is specifically corroded.
I'll make a note of that, then go over to the quote-unquote poop chest.
Cool.
So I need to make another roll for that?
Yeah, this one's it's a little jammed. So I need you to do me a strength to open it up.
Oh, okay. Athletics. Uh, 16. If that doesn't work, I
Awfully
can
weird
rage
that
to give myself advantage.
She would super seal the poop jar. That's crazy.
All right, 16 will get it open. In the meantime, can I have everyone else moving ahead in the dungeon, just for dramatic effect?
I am sneaking in here very quietly.
We are doing of the sneakings?
Yeah.
Come on, son. Let's go find things to kill.
Right, let's go. And as you come in, you'll see this is a pretty steep grade down into. This is roughly 10 feet of water now that you'd be walking down into.
So is it kind of similar in the sense of the last room where it's like a diving pool and go down and somewhere else, or is it just a 10-foot pool of water?
This is like a 10-foot pool of water. The diving pool things are very distinct, like squares and connected tiles.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Yes, this is the way.
The way of water.
I don't think it is.
Henry, you're being very rude right now. This is a temple maiden.
It's an empty room of water.
Yeah.
There's a door.
It's not
Is
the
that-
final room.
Oh, is
It
that
must
another door over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
it
must
didn't pop
continue-
the icon for me. So I was
weird.
like, no, bitch, it's an empty room. I see that it's empty.
It's just a room full of spikes. Yeah, Henry. Nothing weird about it.
Just go in.
There any traps? I'm asking the maiden.
Yeah.
No, this is a place of worship.
I'm gonna do perception for traps.
Okay.
In 8-9's head, he just hears for the fathom, like for like a demon, right? For like an old angry god, like it's fine. Like it's fine.
This is a place of worship. This just seems like a standard room. This is going down into a pool of water that's leading to a submerged door.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any traps.
All right.
I guess slimes aren't smart enough to put any traps.
They're not very smart.
And I'm going.
Henry, you
to
still
the
got
door.
communication with Rolo? Let him know that we're
Yeah,
heading this
for
way.
like a mile.
I'm checking the poop chest. Hold on.
He
You could just
said
say you had to go to
coming.
the bathroom, Rolo.
He
It's not a
had-
big deal.
No one warned me to go before we left.
He has to go where there's air pockets, otherwise it's gonna get everywhere. Ooh, my music just went doo doo.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna just like maybe push my ear to the door. Just give it a listen. Just a little.
Sounds like water, flowing water. I mean, give me a
Okay.
perception roll if you want to try to find more than that, but that's all you're gonna get just from passive.
I'll have you know, my passive is somewhere. Fuck off!
Yeah, it sounds like water.
Alright, I'm opening it! Woo! Oh no, look at that. There's slimes in the fucking room.
So you open the door, you see some more slimes. As you open the door, Rolo opens the poop chest, but it is not full of poop. It is full of extremely corroded armor, and there are indeed bits of flesh still connected to some of that armor. It's a corpse chest.
I knew it! I'm fine.
I immediately relay that. There's a corpse in the chest. There's a corpse in the chest.
And at that point,
Heavily corroded armor. There's still some
And-
flesh.
at that point, 8-9. Give me a second here.
Could I just do one more thing with an investigation, or could I already tell from this? Does it appear to be like the same armor or the kind of stuff that it would be one of her sisters? Like, does it look like her? Does it look like what her people would be wearing?
You weren't there for the question Azov asked about, like, if she's one of the temple ones that would be armed, but
Mhm.
you know that you would. I guess you weren't there for that question, but yes, these are Triton bodies.
I know that they're Tritons, but like,
Are they like?
Are they wearing
they
similar
specifically,
clothing
like-
to what she
Yeah.
is presenting herself as?
right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will relay that.
Cool. What's 8-9's AC?
It is
Does she
16.
know?
It is what?
16.
16. Okay. Well, this was upon spotting a slime in the next room specifically.
And also, I have
Um,
noticed that there's been no poop in any of these things, right?
You're like, where's the poop?
You
Guys,
guys, she was
She
lying.
doesn't poop. She's an imposter.
You are correct. As you relay that, you don't take damage from it 8-9, but you feel a little like thunk in the back of your armor. And if you turn to that, you will see that her hand is looking very pseudo-potty because she is probably not what she said she was.
Okay.
She did roll, but she rolled a nat 20 on her deception. So you had good insight, but it was a nat 20 deception roll on my part.
Never trust a maiden.
Shotgun.
Pseudo-Potty. That's funny. So that is really going to kick off. I'm happy with that. That is going to kick off an initiative roll. Rolo, you are a decent distance from them, but we'll calculate a dash to get you caught up.
Thank God my swim speed is 65.
Yep.
Right?
Do we want to take a bio break here and then be back
yeah.
in on combat?
I would say let's push through this fight before we do the break.
Okay.
Because you guys were pretty quick through the slimes before. Like, they tend to be a numbers game, not a... You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would say let's do this, because there'll be a better time for a break in a moment.
Okay.
My watermelon break.
Oh, gotcha.
Apparently won't be very long.
Okay,
No, I mean,
never mind.
you guys were pretty quick before. So I want to...
My brain heard we'll break, and then I was like, okay.
Right. Cool.
No, it's all
Bye.
good. All good. Let's see. Well, 8-9, you're definitely up first if you want to do your thing.
Yeah,
As I'm adding other people into the turn.
I'll actually still use my crossbow because I have crossbow expert and I don't get disadvantage from 5 feet. So
Nice.
Shoot her
sucks
in
to
the
be
face.
her. This is the first attack.
Okay. Yep. Definitely a hit.
Plus Horizon Walk or Planar Walker, which is an extra D8, and this makes it force damage to her. So that is a total of 18 for the first hit.
God damn.
Okay. All right. She is looking like slime is starting to drip out. She's probably starting to like, melt down a little bit, but she is still alive. And you are hearing like some like bubbling, kind of primordial like nasty screams as her true slime form is being revealed here.
Stupid fucking slimes. And he's just gonna do his second attack on her. Uh, 20 hit and 9 damage.
And she disintegrates down and melts into the pool.
Gross.
If I hadn't have done it, Azov would have slept with her. He loads another arrow in and turns back around.
Yeah,
You
because
could have made it work.
the ones in the room have been activated as well, for the record. So we are still in the fight.
I'll never get a slime girlfriend now.
What? Can I tear one up though? Is it finally my turn? Are there more? Are there more?
There
Bruce,
is.
Go for it.
Kill.
Get him,
All
Charlie.
Now, technically, this all counts as a swim speed for him right now, so he can get right in there. But if you're running him, Ryan, I'll leave that to you.
Would you like to have him react to all the other slimes in the room?
Oh, crikey, there's more than one. There's 3, but it's all right. We can do it, team.
Multi-attack. Claw swipe and a bite.
Sure.
I don't keep trying to do jam. 6.
Richard, I'm going to move you back, by the way. I know you're going to dash through the tunnel.
Yep.
So that would get you there. I'm going to say you have 15 feet more movement if I did my math correctly.
15 might be
whatever.
You did a total of 130 feet.
That would be, well, your swim is 60. So if you're dashing
65.
through 65, it was 90 through the tunnel. So I guess you have another 60 if you're dashing. Yeah, if you're dashing, you got another 60. Or 30? Whatever the math is there.
We could just say I run over to the guys and like get through the door.
That's fair.
Yeah, he would have 40 feet of movement left
I'll
after
move
getting
you.
out of the tunnel.
Yeah, we'll just say I
Yeah.
make it to the door. That's fine.
Cool. The 15 hits, the 7 does not, as you can imagine. So whatever order that was supposed to be in.
The first one was the bite. I guess he's still getting used to his new body. He takes a wide bite and misses, but then he brings up his claws and strikes true for 7 points of damage.
Nice. Then Rolo, you got to there on your turn. Leave you there at the moment. We'll get you in on the slime action soon, Richard. I promise.
It's all good.
Henry, you're next.
Question. Is this like area around here? Is this like wall that I can't move through, or do I like need to like come here? First?
If you can, anything you can see, you can move in that space. I wanted to make sure your
Sick,
token
okay.
didn't get all weird.
Then I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to throw knives at that thing. Or at least a knife first. Sick.
So, that is actually a hit.
Is it really?
Believe it or
God
not.
bless. Okay, so it's 1d6 plus 3d6.
I never said they were hard to hit. I just said there was a lot of them.
Yeah, you guys haven't taken care of this problem yet? Shoot.
I keep coming back. What do I have to tell you?
There's a lot. You guys got to see what the battlefield looked like.
17.
All right, Henry, you mind blast / knife blast this other slime away.
And then I'm going to bonus action throw one over that guy there. 16.
16, yeah, definitely a hit.
Let me check something real quick. Yes. 4.
Okay, you deal 4 damage. Anything else for you, Sid?
That's...
All right, then we move to Azov.
All right. Azov's going to run in through the door. He's going to look down at the priest. He's like, yeah, I could have told you she was a slime. I knew that all along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he sees 2 of these slimes here, and he's going to fire off some Eldritch Blasts. This will be to the top one.
Okay, for 9 damage, yeah, that's a hit.
And the same one.
Okay. It's like a little, it's still alive, but it's just like a little slime droplet. At this point.
Then I will use a bonus action to summon my aspect of the Fathomless and
yes. I need to
call
bring that in.
upon a tendril.
Cool. Let me bring that in for you so you have it. Here you go. Give me 1 second. Okay, you have control over that tentacle now. It's hard to see down here, so let me give it a little like of an aura.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'll do it. Yeah, then I'll, like, from the water around it, it will form up into a... Or actually, we're all just underwater right now, right?
Yeah, so it kind of just...
So it's an extra watery water. And I'm gonna have an attack. And that is a crit.
Nice.
You want to describe what the tentacle does to this slime with 1 remaining HP?
I think it just kind of like 8/9's crossbows have it like exploding it, like firing through. It does the exact same thing like the you know, the slimes in Elden Ring that they make the fence and they stab.
Yeah.
It does that.
Nice. All right. Well, there's 1 left, and I think Bruce is going to want to tear it up again.
Is it Bruce's turn?
It is. I'm sorry, I skipped 8/9.
How dare you? 8/9 will come up
Rude.
and he'll have his turn.
Aha!
Here's the first shot at the one. Why did it do?
Did you crit?
Oh my.
Oh, dear lord.
You natural 30'd.
I did crit, which is a 30 with this plus 10. How much damage does that do?
13, 19.
Oh my god. 25
25?
force damage.
I mean,
God.
that is plenty. Do you want to tell me how you do this for the other one?
Guys, I thought we weren't bringing the nukes down here.
I've never crit with that before. That's wow. Okay, Jesus. Can you imagine that plus Hunter's Mark? Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, he comes in and he just puts another bolt in. He's like, I don't know why you're worried about these things. You all watch as the crossbow starts shaking as he charges it up with his red energy, and it just and then explodes like a gambit card inside of the thing.
Nice. All right, so we are out of that combat now. Richard, you can feel free to move yourself up to the chamber with everyone else. We'll take our break here in a second, but just something to think about as we take our bio break. Two things just to give you orientation in the room. This is heading back uphill and out of the water, and right here is sort of the caved in blockage part that you heard Rahab talking about, which is between you and the offering chamber. Another thing to think about, it was kind of in the middle of combat, so Azov didn't get a chance to stop and think really, but Slime's making clones, that's new. You haven't seen that before.
That's not what he said, though. He said he knew it. He understood. He knew that.
That's what, yeah, he totally knew.
Insight.
He knew that.
I knew it all along.
So for the drama.
Nobody believes him.
Yeah, not a single person.
So that's
You
new,
might
and
have
it's
wanted to inspect her to make sure she wasn't a slime, but after a night or two,
Except for
then...
Rolo. Rolo believes him.
Yeah, you guys were right to be suspicious, but yeah, she rolled she got a nat 20 on her deception roll. So, what are you gonna do? All right, yeah, we'll take the break. We'll be back with that crazy information, and then moving on to whatever is in that offering chamber.
All right.
Okay, we're back. Sadly, still without Andrew's butthole. We're back. You guys have entered the temple. You found a Triton temple maid named Rahab, who turned out to actually be a slime, and that is something that Azov has not encountered before.
Oh no, Azov would be freaking out about that. Can I investigate the body at all, or is it she just turned into slime?
She just slimed and then slimed out as they all kind of like deflate, if you will, and just kind of pancake out upon defeat.
Rolo,
Like
you
Alex
said
Mack.
you found a chest with armor and pieces of disintegrated flesh?
Oh yeah, no, the way. Well, you weren't there for this, but she claimed to have pooped in one of the chests, and so I investigated to see if that was true, because something was a little fishy, and so.
It wasn't
And like, no offense to. I hope fishy is not a bad term. Anyway, so I investigated. I opened up all them chests, and there was some that were just fine. It was like just kind of old food, like she said. But then there was one that had a little bit of like metal that was corroded, and then in the poop chest there was no poop. Instead, there was like rotting flesh and corroded armor.
Maybe it was a poop chest, but the
A
girl
slime poop.
slime poop. There's certain things slimes can't digest. But if that means that they can kill and replace their victims, then theoretically, any one of us could also be a slime right now.
Well, I'm not. So
Oh, you literally
worried.
made me today, so it ain't me.
Guys,
Unless.
I am the only one who's been away from the. How do I
Nope.
prove I'm not a slime?
I'm.
Do I need to poop?
I think because I forged a mind link with all of you before coming into this room, I believe we're solid. If you would.
As
not
opposed to
solid
liquid
poop.
or slime, yes, we're solid.
Yes, I believe we are in the clear.
But what about
But
all
what
the
if-
other people who've come back to your Trident
That
Kingdom?
is a concern. Yes.
And what about Bakal? If he's part slime,
Beep, 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 beep.
He could be
Yep.
100% slime.
So we either take care of the rest of this now, or we go back now to alert them. But it might not look great that we abandon this partway through.
let's finish this. We might learn more while we're here. But in
Tell
the
me, how
meantime,
pissed would you be if we just left right now after you're like, I'm so excited for this? Like, no, we're
See
getting
ya!
out of here. We're gonna go warn the people.
I don't want to give anything meta, but you probably should stay and figure some more stuff.
I'm going to leave.
Bruce, do you mind covering your nose for a second?
I guess I can do that.
Oh, blood.
And Azov's gonna poke the tip of his trident and then show that he bleeds. Rio. Can everyone?
Oh, you want everybody to do that?
Why?
We're doing the thing test.
What makes you think they can't fake themselves bleeding?
Rahab
I
didn't
think
believe.
the mind link is already proof enough, ain't it? Everybody give a number to Henry, and then she'll say it back to us. 4.
4.
She is.
4.
Also 4.
5.
8-9 is a rebel, everybody. He picked
I at least
Am I pinching my nose just while you guys count numbers, or what's the deal?
Hi, are you still like deranged by the blood? Or oh god.
Well, to be fair, when I was in my, suppose you'd say, previous stage of evolution,
Barrel?
I already got used to the smell of Azor's blood, so that was not so exciting anymore.
Wow.
You got boring blood. That's what he just said to you. Anyway.
It's not new. It's not about the blood. It's about new blood. You understand? I'm trying to give you more insight into the shark culture.
I
appreciate that, Bruce. I find it very fascinating.
Every blood scent is different.
Actually learning a whole lot today.
Every blood scent is different. Yours is obviously more salty, Azov. I gotta get back into this accent properly. And yours is, I mean, it definitely smells sweeter than Azov's, that's for sure. 8-9, yours is, I don't know how to say this. Not 8-9. Rolo, yours is, I don't know how to say this, like, kind of colder. Like a frozen treat of sorts.
That makes sense, yeah.
And 8-9, yours is just like, I don't know, thinner?
Does 8-9 bleed?
8-9 is anemic.
That explains why he's so pale.
You know, everybody's
It's an
got
iron deficiency.
You know how some of those surface dwellers drink wine or whatever? Hey, you know, sharks, we can do that for blood. We know the subtle differences.
I bet Henry's is super rich, right?
I mean, no, it's probably the sweetest of the bunch, so...
I don't know where you got that I had. Anyway, we can go through the rest of this fucking temple.
Just what it's
Well, I don't know, can you? Because right up here is a bunch of the right up here is a bunch of the rubble, the cave in.
I'm gonna try.
Are.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Move. Excuse. Pardon.
You're excused.
Now everybody knows that when you see a big pile of rubble, you just cast Shatter until the HP of the rubble goes down, and then you can go through. It all just goes...
Is that how it works?
Also.
Is it like rocks and debris and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's like tunnel
Some
chunks.
debris? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I'm gonna say, can I roll an investigation to see if I find any weak points in this rubble?
Yes. I was gonna be like, where's the one rock?
The keystone.
Sure.
Well... Oh, God.
With an 11, you don't find the one rock, but you get the feeling you guys could clear this with, you know, time and or method.
Okay. Yeah, you want to spam Eldritch Blast?
That's so stupid. I shouldn't laugh like that. It's such a stupid picture. It's a solid picture, though. It's beautiful.
I do my best Vegeta and just...
It takes
It's just
time,
a really
but-
slow one, because you can only do 2 every 6 seconds. Just ah! Ah! Ah!
That's 1 every 3 seconds. It's not bad.
Yeah.
He's getting
when
it.
it gets to when you get it when it's loose enough, Bruce is just gonna like shoulder through it. All right, if you don't mind, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Heads up, and he's gonna like football charge through like once Azov has weakened it and clear the rest of the way.
So proud of my son.
Shark power.
Shark power.
That was Jossum, my dude.
He's never allowed to have kids after this. Ever.
All right. Well,
How many
let's see what we
kids
got
does
here.
Azov already have? He doesn't.
That's a damn good question, friend.
I have very strong swimmers.
Because he himself is a swimmer.
Oop.
Oh dear. That's a big fucking room, please.
It's a.
I don't like it.
It looks empty.
And this right here, this is like definitely stone drop off into deep water.
Oh, I'm uncomfortable. What's the ceiling look like?
I'm so glad you asked, Sid. Everybody roll for initiative, please.
God damn it.
Is this that one
Like, I
Zelda
feel like
boss?
she's like leaning in and like looking up to make sure.
There's literally
it's not so-
there's a Zelda boss in Link's Awakening that literally, like, it's just like talking at you until you Pegasus boots into the wall and it falls from the floor, and it's a slime.
Oh.
Wait, which
Wait.
one is that?
Are we in a water
Yeah,
temple
okay,
right now?
Time.
Ryan technically is closer to the phrase, the special phrase. Ryan does get the point of inspiration.
Yeah.
This is literally the water temple map that you guys are in.
What was the special phrase specifically?
Are we in the water temple?
God damn.
It is literally the water temple from Ocarina of Time.
That's the episode name. It's the water temple episode.
If I'm not gonna like turn off the dynamic lighting, but if I did, it would probably be very apparent. Sid, as you look up, you witness, oh, that thing, yeah. So you remember outside of the temple? Remember I said there were like sort of like alpha slimes, they're like gang boss slimes, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look up and you see one of those. And it's actually not a straight up so much as like you just look up a little bit as you walk in, and it's. Ooh, I'm sorry. There we go. Can you see that? There you go.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh.
a big old one just like slops off the ceiling into the pool of water.
Did we roll initiative? We did, right?
Yeah, I think everybody did. And it's at this point I'm gonna move you guys to a different map screen because
Oh,
you're gonna have this is a deep pool, and I want you guys to have the full like 3D movement. You know what I mean? So
3D.
give me a moment. Yeah. So I will have to explain probably how it's gonna work.
Yeah, this is new, so.
I mean, I had to like. I think once you see it, it'll make sense. All right. Okay, let me make the turn order real quick, and then I'll move you guys over. Just give me. Actually, no, I'll move you guys over so you can see it first, and then kind of get oriented. All right, so moving over. Here's how this works. Everybody's on the page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in front of you is the normal room as you always see it. That's fine. That's your top-down view. Over here is your side view in the water. So for example, this big slime here, he's 5 feet in front of the little drop-off. So you can see he's 5 feet in front of it here, and he's touching the bottom of the pool. So that's 20 feet down. So essentially, you're gonna move yourselves on both of these like planes each time, so that you can. One is basically gonna be your depth, and one is your overhead view. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So for example, if the slime decides to swim to the surface and then 10 feet forward, I would move it 10 feet like that, and then I would bring him to the surface and 10 feet forward like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Cool. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just like, we're in the water. You guys should get to have like proper underwater fights. You know what I mean? Wanted you to have that. So, all right. So let me get initiative set up while you guys are thinking here. Kind of getting oriented. Where's my turn order? And move some stuff around. Here you go. All right, we got 8, 6. Oops. All right, at turn. Let's see. That's a 13 for Azov. Right. 18 for Rolo. And then, if you want to start taking your turn, Richard, you are first.
Okay.
You're free to do that.
Okay. So right now I am. Okay. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not getting in the water with it. I'm just gonna stand where I'm at, shooting my lightning launcher, which I guess actually comes out of his chest. So he's gonna start saying a prayer to the All-Father, and just his chest is gonna light up and just start shooting out a couple of electric beams. That's one. That's two. Ugh. Take it the second one doesn't hit.
No, but the first one definitely does.
Okay. All right, for 16 lightning damage.
Okay, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Anything else for you?
Nope, no bonus actions he wants to take it this time. So that's it.
Okay. Henry.
Similar tactic in the sense that I don't want to go. I am going to use Mind Sliver on it. So if I can get an intelligence.
Okay. Oh. 19.
Fuck! So that I don't think that hits then. Hold on. Creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a saving throw or take psychic damage. Alright. Yeah, so that does nothing. Next.
Nothing else for you?
That's all I got.
All right, Azov.
All right. This is a giant slime, kind of like the ones like the alpha slimes that we've been encountering or trying to ward off. We think
is the alpha slime or one of them.
This is an alpha slime. Yeah, this is a big boy.
All right. Azov's going to kind of draw its attention, I guess. I think he will move over. Oh, we're in the water, so he has swim speed, which I think is to 40 feet. Yes. So we're kind of all in a not a great spot.
We're all kind of clumped.
So he'll go over there, and he will go. We'll say, like, how far away is he currently? I guess that's like that.
Yeah, I would say just measure from both. If you're in range on both, you're good.
Yeah. Just in terms of depth. He'll go down to the bottom.
Okay.
And then he'll take 2 pot shots with Eldritch Blast. Ooh, 10 to hit.
Yeah, no, the 10's not going to do it. But the second one definitely hits.
14 points of, what's it called? Force damage. And I'm going to use a bonus action to summon the Tendril.
Okay, let me copy that from the other page real quick. And then you can do your thing. You want to make your roll. I'm assuming you're going to pop it right off and attack with it, so...
Yes.
I'll bring it over for you. There you go.
Oof.
And
Ooh,
same
buddy.
deal. I'm gonna put it on both planes here.
Okay. Then I'm going to have it appear right in front of it.
Okay, so something like there. Cool. Yeah. So visually, hopefully, this is making sense. You do miss, but
yeah,
it is there.
Okay.
All right. 8-9 is up.
Cool. So he is going to move in. Was it this one? No. Well, I don't remember what the fancy movement thing was that actually tells you how far you've moved, but 8-9 will...
You gotta hold something down when you drag. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
spacebar or
remember
something.
either. Is it spacebar? No. Anyways, he will move out here and also down 20 feet actually 20 feet's all the way down. He'll move down 10 feet. So that on this side panel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 feet this way and down 10 feet. So he's there. And then he will bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on this thing and drop Pass Without Trace, because that's probably more useful. And let's go ahead and make an attack. So first attack with Planar Warrior, because it's the first attack this turn. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 hits.
So that is 11 force damage plus an additional... Did it... Oops, that was a wrong roll, not 65. It's supposed to be a d6. An extra 1 from Hunter's Mark. And then the second attack, he is going to also shoot at it. That'll be 9. Does Hunter's Mark apply to all attacks in a turn?
It does. However, I will tell you, this thing's a lot bigger and thicker than the little ones, and the 17 does not hit.
Oh, shit. Okay,
17
good to know.
doesn't hit?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Noted.
he reloads, and he's like, motherfucker.
It's a much heftier boy.
Okay.
And now it's heftier boy's turn. Let's see. It's so it's there now. I don't. Does the tentacle take an opportunity attack? Not sure.
Does not.
Okay. It's gonna float kind of up and above, and it's gonna like whatever it's. Well, actually, two things are gonna happen as it moves up and above. First, as it moves, it's actually going to leave. It's gonna, like, some of the slime is gonna slop off, and it is actually going to leave 2 more slimes in its wake.
Oh, I don't like that.
And these are not as big as the prime slime here, but they are bigger than the ones you previously fought. So if this guy's large and you fought smalls, he just spawns some mediums, if you will. Let's see, there are 2. So like here, and they're kind of occupying the same space there, but that's where they are. And then also, as it does that, the slime, it's the big guy, is going to change color. And he's actually now going to be blue. As he kind of poops out 2 slimes. One is the acidic green and one is the cold blue. The big boss slime also becomes that cold blue. And let's see, who's in the water? 8, 9, and Azov. From you two, I'm gonna please need con saves.
Oh, is it bad to be in the water? Oh, no.
I thought we were all in the water.
No, everyone else is still up on this, like, diving board platform.
I should have stayed up there. I should have stayed up there. I could have been there.
Good news. You both pass.
Uh-huh.
You both make your con save.
Do we know
And?
what was trying to affect us?
Yes, because as it floats up and over, it almost like an octopus just released this cloud of, in this case, it's a very dark blue ink that feels very, very cold to match the blue that it is. I know Azov is already resistant to cold, so you would actually quarter it in that case. So you both saved 11 cold to 8, 9, 5 cold to Azov.
Ow.
And now Bruce is up.
You already know what he's about.
Just diving right in.
I was born today, and I may die today, but I will live before I die. And he's going to take 2 attacks. But will either hit.
One of them will.
The first one definitely hits. Is that the
Right.
bite?
That is the bite.
How does that work on a slime?
I don't know,
He's
but I
gonna
wrote it
bite
in
it.
his sheet that he gets to grapple when he bites. So he's latching
Let's
on.
see. Reach, 1 target. It does this much damage. Oh, terrible. If the bite connects Bruce and his target must make opposed grapple checks. If the target fails, it is automatically grappled by Bruce's jaws. Additional bite attacks on a grappled target are rolled at advantage. Oh, that's good to know. What is... So, grapple check. What is Bruce's... I guess a +4 is his strength modifier?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh
guessing
my
he's not
God,
going to be able to hold on
Bruce.
to that thing.
What's happening?
Oh,
today?
he nat one it? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens over here.
Technically, it's not 1 would be lower.
Yeah, this slime did not nat 1, unfortunately. So
I mean, it
Bruce
makes
does
sense that it would
not.
just slip out of Bruce's mouth.
Yeah,
Can it even
but he
be
got a hit in.
grappled?
That's good. It can in this world, just for sake of him being able to use his jaws.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that it would be one of the creatures with immunity to the grapple condition, because I've seen those sometimes.
So I mean, depending on the book you're using, it's immune to a lot of conditions, but that's not one of them.
Fascinating.
Believe it or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You can squeeze it enough, I guess. It is immune to like basically all the others, though. I mean, not to like spoil what's going on here necessarily, but I'm not being 1-to-1 anyway. All right. I know there's nothing else for Bruce because he's just all hits. Rolo, you're up.
All right, last one, even though only one of them hit, the one that did hit seemed like it hurt a good chunk, so I'm gonna continue doing that. So let's just go ahead and roll both at the same time against the big, I guess big blue now. All right,
Both hits.
21 and 20.
Yep, both hits.
All right, that is a total of 3d6 plus 12. 25. Oh, sorry, from the chest. He's just gonna keep on hammering away at the big guy.
All right. Yep. That's considering what you already learned about them. That may be a good call. Who knows? All right. Good stuff.
That's it.
Anything else for you? Okay, Henry.
I'm gonna shift over a little bit just to create some space. And then I'm gonna try to throw some knives at it. Please.
A 19 will hit.
Oh, thank fucking. Okay, cool. And a 20. Okay, so.
Yeah, it's 2 hits.
22.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Solid hit, Sid. Well done.
And it's. Mental damage.
Cool.
Plus
All
an
right.
attack, whatever that may be.
Yeah, whatever that ends up being. Azov, you're up next. Unless there's something else, Sid.
Nope, that's action and bonus action.
Okay.
It is currently blue, as in resistant to cold.
Yep.
That'd be a wise guess.
That would get them all. I'm guessing this thing is also immune to being blind, considering it has no eyeballs.
You don't see any eyes, so that'd be a fair assumption.
Alright, well, I think I can at least slow them down. I call upon the power of my lord in its most holy of places. You may devour us, but it will devour you. Feast, O fathomless! And I will call upon Hunger of Hadar to that space. Just as a reminder, what it does. You open a gateway between the stars, a region infested with unknown horrors. A 20-foot radius sphere. Oh, 20-foot radius sphere. Hold on there. Thought it was 30. I have to scooch it down a little bit then. Oh. I thought it was 30 feet. That's not doing too much. I might just shatter instead. Can I change to shatter?
I mean, sure, we haven't rolled any damage yet, so.
I mean, it's doing acid and cold, which I know it's resistant to acid. It might be, or I know it's resistant to cold currently. It might just be straight up immune to acid. So I will instead do a shatter. Can I get 3 Constitution saving throws?
You can.
Sorry, Fathomless, you won't be able to eat these today.
All right, let's see. They all fail.
That was a poor roll. But 14 thunder damage to each.
Okay.
Rolled so much dice though.
And I'm gonna have it do a little spank with the tentacle on the big boy.
Okay. Yeah, roll for that.
I'm gonna guess that hits.
It does. It is resistant to it.
12 points of cold damage.
Yep. So that's going to get downgraded a bit, but it's a good hit.
That's my turn.
All right, we move to 8-9.
All right. Well, I don't like being in the water that close to it. Are these are the edges here? Oh, I like the new pinging.
Those are meant to be the wall. They're not a place you can be.
Okay, gotcha. They're not like a place I can stand up on.
Yeah, no, that's meant to be the edge of the room.
Well, then I'm just at the very least going to move a little bit further away and hope that it won't affect me. So I'll just be at the edge of the room.
Actually, Sid, is this where I had you, or are you like technically still staying over here?
Oh. Sorry, if that's not walkable space, I'll stay.
Yeah, I intended everybody to be kind of here on this like starter platform.
Yeah, then I have to.
I just want to make sure I'm not holding a double standard there. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have you like there. Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on the big guy because my hunter's mark is currently on. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do 2 attacks. The first one, I hate that I have to turn on the horizon, the planar walker thing every time. The first attack, a 15 or 16 won't hit.
Nope, not on the big guy.
Damn. Well, second attack. That's a 28.
That'll hit.
Yay! And an additional 1d6 from Hunter's Mark, so that is a total of 24 force damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's it for his turn for now.
Okay. Well, oh Lord, they coming.
Oh.
Bruce,
Azov,
Bruce,
you're in
watch
the
out.
water. 8-9, you're in the water.
Yep.
Those guys are kind of occupying these spaces. 8, 9. Right, we got. Okay, we got a 19 and a 22.
Well, those will both hit.
Both hits, okay. Okay. Do you have anything with Oh, actually, no. It would not be acid because none of these are the green ones. One's the cold. Yeah. Okay. So the cold one's hitting 8-9. So 8-9, you're gonna take first of all. You're gonna take 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Then you're gonna take 18 cold.
Jesus.
But that's halved, right?
No.
It would be halved for Azov, not for 8-9.
Oh.
Trade 8-9. Trade with me. Trade.
I can't.
Yeah, the acid one is attacking Azov. And so to him we've got. What's your AC, Ryan?
19.
Okay, well I nat 1'd and then I got a 15. So you are safe. The big one is going to,
Bruce,
as
no.
you can maybe imagine, the big one is going to spawn 2 more.
Oh no.
Oh yes. It's gonna spawn 2 more. They can't act on their turn if that helps. And it is directly in front of Bruce. So let me bring 8-9 1 second here. Front. There we go. Just that way all your guys' tokens are the visible ones. Okay, it's got Bruce right in front of it. And it's gonna reach out with its own pseudopods here. To Bruce. We've got a 15 and a 19. I don't remember what his AC is.
It's 14.
Okay, that is
buddy.
2 hits. That's 2 hits. That's gonna deal. That's 18 bludgeoning from the pseudopod hitting him.
Wow.
And then it's an additional. Let's see, he's. Oh, sorry, I would have said it spawned a green one and a red one, and it also changed to a red color now. The big guy. Sorry,
Okay.
It's changing every time it spawns, which means to Bruce an additional. Oh boy,
Fire.
an additional 20 fire.
Wow. All right. Bruce is down to 10 HP.
I don't think we have a healer, by the way.
I have cure wounds. That's
Okay, okay.
Bruce is down to 10 HP, but it is now Bruce's turn.
How's Big Red looking?
Not great. Not great. It can overwhelm you pretty fast, but it is not, it's just a big meat sack at the end of the day. If you can weather it down, you can weather it down. And it looks like you've done a considerable amount of damage already. It doesn't look too great right now.
I have a plan. Attack.
It's okay, buddy.
And that
Yes!
is a natural 20 on the bite.
All right, that's a crit bite. Let's see it.
That was almost another natural 22.
For much better. 27 piercing
Nice.
damage.
Ryan, you're currently in control of Bruce. Do you want to tell me how he does this?
Nice.
You should. You do the role play for Bruce.
Right. So this thing, the pseudopods come out, slap, slap, fire, and it's just like It burns. I'm not supposed to burn. I'm in the water. What madness is this? Ah! And then he's just gonna go and just like start feasting, tear apart the pseudopods, and it is enough that the big one fades away, and as it does, as you can imagine, the ones that it spawned also go away because they were just
Matter and matter, and now they are in a rage.
Yeah, and now they're gone. I'll return you guys to the regular map. But that is a victory for you guys.
Wait, how did that happen? I don't understand why the other one suddenly disappeared.
I'm not going to be mad about it, though.
I ain't gonna be mad about it, but Azov, how do these slimes work? Like, is there like a central brain thing to them, and then once it dissolves, then the others just go into mush? Like, what's the science of this thing?
Do I know the science of this thing?
Roll me nature, I guess. You'd have a pretty good idea. It's not gonna be a hard DC.
Can I roll with advantage?
Yeah.
It's simple.
The zero.
He did not have advantage.
Wait, I remember now. I almost forgot it for a second.
Basically, if a big one splits off like that, it's still like one unit. It's just like living in plural, if you will. Like if you take out that one, it's like it's a shared organism that all goes down. Like each one of those big slimes is like its own little like kind of hive mind / colony, if you will. Which would lead one to believe that maybe there is a prime, like an actual like prime slime somewhere out there. But yeah, basically, if you take out the one that spawned the others, the spawns also die because they're all linked.
Interesting.
The thing is with fighting these things, there's so many, it's hard to tell which one they originate from. And oftentimes, the one that it originate from are so far back, you'll be fighting the splits forever.
Yeah, you basically, the smaller ones you fought when you first got into the temple, those are what split off from the medium ones here, and those came from the big one you just fought, but as you can imagine, the scale just keeps going up. I mean, there was one big enough to fight a god, so, yeah.
So that's the prime.
Okay.
Likely.
Well, what's beyond that door? Do we know? Do we know what's over there?
That is chamber.
Before we go, can we take a little breather here?
Oh, you need to take a nap?
Yeah, can we take
I haven't napped all day.
Nap?
We can't just stay in the temple. We should probably get out, And this coming from the person who was beat the fuck out with that. Jesus Christ, it hurt.
Yeah, if you guys want me to read back real quick so you can update your tokens. 8-9, you were at 16.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
The rest of you were all pretty okay. I already updated Bruce's.
If we short rest, can we get some HP back for Bruce?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Short rest.
I would give him, let's see. What hit die would he have?
Probably a D10.
Yeah. See, yeah, he would have 4 D10s.
That makes sense.
I would say he has 4 D10s.
If anybody needs some vitality from the world tree, you just let me know, okay?
Definitely think before we go in, we should catch our breath a little bit.
It's not a great roll.
You add the con each one.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
So plus 12, so 28.
Cool. Yeah.
So the next 8-9, how you doing? You got pretty roughed up there.
I mean, if we take a little nap, I'll be fine.
You sure? Can't top you off?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay. All you have to do is ask.
Are we short resting?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use 4 hit die. take short rest. Did it roll my hit die? No, of course it didn't.
Oh, I had aided everybody, right? So yeah. there's
Yes,
an
so
extra
everybody had a
5.
+5.
Yep, I need to add that to mine.
Well, that stays.
Yeah, that's max HP.
Nice.
The only one who didn't get it was the shark because we did it earlier. Then Bruce was alive.
There you go, buddy.
Okay, there we go. Maybe I don't need extra healing? Let's see, where do I get to? This brings me to... Wait, what did you say I was at? 16?
Yeah.
D&D Beyond did something weird, and I'm healing on that because easier to do that. That brings me to 45.
Nice.
That's including your con.
Yes.
45 out of what?
Out of 56. Sorry, 50 out of 56.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's not bad.
if you're good then.
I mean, I think I'll be alright.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on you.
During the short
Charge!
rest, I'd like to take Bruce aside and be like, I'm really proud of you. Your first big kill. That was great.
It feels pretty good. I feel like I might have stolen it from one of you guys, stolen glory or what have you, but happy to be a part of the team.
It was exactly what it was meant to be.
How did you
Great
finally
team.
get that kill? Did you eat like a central membrane? I'm still confused about how these oozes work.
I don't think it's something I want to have inside of my stomach necessarily, but I just kind of tore it apart with my teeth.
Interesting.
Just get in there with claws and teeth and just tear it up. Like you're having a dinner, but you don't want to actually swallow.
There must be some kind of central intelligence to it somehow. Otherwise, you could cut it in half and then it would just be 2 slimes, you know? But like for some reason, that's not what happens.
I see what you're saying. Like it doesn't split unless it wants to split.
Yeah.
Hey, it's something, all right. Well, I guess we got another door, eh?
Who wants to do the honors?
You want to do it, Bruce?
Stand in the middle.
Or Azov, yeah, sure.
I open the door. Oh shit! Oh shit! I
Ah!
close the door. Oh god! Oh,
If I didn't,
God.
I would love to end it right there, but I got to give you some context.
I close the door.
All right. Inside our
If you have weak constitution, maybe don't go in here.
8-9's gonna come in.
Rolla's gonna
inside
come in.
inside is a handful of dead temple maids. Ignore the fact that they're all the same thing. Like they're not all literally the same person.
They are
But there are dead temple maids in there. And if you take a look around, there will definitely be one that looks like the one you met earlier. There will be you might find the real Rahab.
What else is in this room besides their corpses? Or but besides being dead, is it like acid wounds or bites or what kind of wounds?
Give me an investigation on that.
Stand back, Rolo. I got this one. They are not alive.
Yeah, why don't I take a look as well?
All right, if you insist.
All right, 26.
So 26.
All right. So real quick, as far as what else is in the room, this is like an offering box where like some people were probably bringing some of those other discarded items you saw in the other room, like the different foods and little trinkets and what have you that they want to offer to the Fathomless. This is like the actual like offering room for that. Now, as far as the maids on the ground, it's a lot of like bludgeoning wounds. There's a lot of like bruising from like the striking of the pseudopods from slimes. But as you look at the one who looks like Rahab from before, the real Rahab, if you will, her corpse is a little different. It's been buffeted by the same pseudopods, but there's also some like acidic scarring. And as you look at it, it reminds you an awful lot of the scarring on Bakul back in the city. So not necessarily, so from that, you can surmise it's not necessarily that he is a slime, but at some point during that battle, he was whelmed, and maybe was a slime clone of him out there. Somehow he survived that.
So there's another Bakul somewhere?
Potentially. At least there was the slime that whelmed him attempted to create one, but he survived that process, so either it was aborted or it's still out there or it died in battle, but that is what happened to him, according to this scarring at least.
Do we think the other Bakul doesn't want to kill me? Maybe that one still wants to be my friend?
Probably not, given what
Given the context of what happened.
So, Roller, are you telling me there's two Bakuls that want to kill me right now as opposed to just one?
Yep.
I'm sure there's some universe where one doesn't want to, though. Maybe the universe where no, we don't need it. We don't need it. A travesty has taken place here. Anything else? Is that a chest in the middle of the room? Another poop chest?
I checked the poop chest.
No, that's the one I was talking about before, where this is where
Got
people were bringing their offerings. It's currently empty.
There's no poop in here, guys.
Or gold?
No gold.
Is there any kind of cloth or fabric or anything that I can lay over the three bodies so they're covered?
Sure, yeah. You could probably take like there's like a draping around the stones here. Probably.
I'll kind of arrange the bodies in a more respectful manner and tear that down and kind of cover them so they're have a little bit more respect.
All right. So you guys, you created Bruce. You entered the temple. You explored a bit. You found a slime clone of Rahab. You fought a boss slime. You've got a little bit more of the temple to check out still. I'd say you've explored quite a bit. There's still basically two places you haven't been. There's a side door you didn't go in, and there's the main ritual chamber that you haven't visited. But you've got a pretty good lay of the land of the temple so far. So we'll pick up next week as you continue to explore. And not right when we start, but be prepared next week to do a level up. Because you guys, I should have given you guys a real level up instead of a half thing like last season. So you be prepared to level up midway through next session. So just have that stuff ready.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
That's your prize for clearing the temple next time, basically. That's what will be coming to you. But for now, I think that's it.
Awesome. We like prizes.
Alrighty.
All right.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yep. Good night, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye!